Alright. Okay, so Shalom, Shalom. The Hebrew Israelites here to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom, to speak about the upliftment of Yahweh Shai, which is the only begotten Son of the Heavenly Father Yahweh, going back to deliver the elect of the nation of Israel out of this last captivity. All right. So we're gonna do another indoor class. For particular health reasons. All right. So first and foremost, I want to give all the praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, B'charakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations. Much love and respect to you, Akim, out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. All right. So go ahead and let's start this off with Amos 8 and 11.
It's the book of Amos 8 and verse 11. It says, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord." And that's the times that we're entering into, where the Lord is going to bring a famine of hearing these words, man. And we're seeing Esau's moving towards that goal, man, to get the prophets up the streets. Okay? It says, verse 12, "And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it." And at that time, that's when Jake is going to be inquiring and looking for the prophets, man, to get answers of what's going on. But it's going to be too late, man. Because right now we're in the time where the doors of mercy or the doors of grace are open for people to repent. The mere fact that, hey, currently we're doing a live, and every day brothers doing lessons, so we know that till this day, Jake get access to being saved, man. It says, verse 13, "And that day shall the fair virgins and the young man faint for thirst." In other words, looking for answers to find out what's going on. What's that? And I think in Isaiah 24, it speaks about a crying for wine in the streets. Looking for answers, man, because only the men of the Lord is going to have answers of what's going on. That's it.
What's it on that? What's the next one?
Verse 14, it says, "They shall swear by the sin of sin."
Yeah. Right. So we're approaching the time of the famine of the word. That's what this precept entails. Like the brother went into, and we're seeing that. We're seeing the vibration mainly in Babylon, but it's also coming in Canada. Ultimately the whole beast system is moving towards that vibration of stopping the words of Yahweh Shai being declared. Because really it's a nuisance to the plans of the elite. They want to build a new world order based on Satanism, and this truth is going against their plans, man. Okay, so what are they gonna do? They're gonna persecute the prophets of Yahweh Shai and try to bring an end to this word, man.
Yeah, so that's it, man. That's why you have that MP, Mark Miller, is speaking against Bible verses saying they're hateful. That's all. That's what we told you. That's where it was headed. Okay, so all of the stuff that they were saying, that was all fluff. You know what I'm saying? That was all fluff to distract the people, gaslighting. The main point, the main issue they have is the preaching of this word, the truth of this word.
Yep.
Okay. As a matter of fact, get Revelations 12. Matter of fact, you get on one. Revelations 12 and 17. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon 2, and I'll start at 13.
Excuse me.
"He professed to have the knowledge of the Most High, and calling himself the child of the Lord. He was made to reprove our thoughts. He is grievous unto us, even to behold."
Yeah, the thoughts are being reproved when you hear this word. See, because it's not just like speaking. When you just speak and you don't use the scriptures, it has an effect, but it's not as serious of an effect as when you speak with the scriptures.
That's right.
Because it says that the scriptures are like a two-edged sword that cuts even the soul asunder, right? So it convicts them in a different way than when you just speak your words and your thoughts.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. If I may add, because these are the words from on high, from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
That's right.
You know, it says in the book of Ecclesiastes 8, it says, where the word of a king is, there is power. You know, and that's really what's shaking the earth, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, real quick, that's what it says, when it says, the kingdom of heaven shall be declared, and then the end shall come. You know, roughly paraphrasing.
Go ahead.
Real quick, Hebrews 4:12. For the word of God is quick and powerful, and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of souls and spirit, and of the joint and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and the intents of the heart.
Yeah, that's what the word of the Lord does, man. You know, it pierces your soul, man. You know, because it's damaging basically your reality. It's that it says, you know, how that the prophets are set in place to pull down strongholds, cast down imaginations. How are we doing that? Through via the word of the Lord, man.
Right.
You know, when we bring it out, people get offended because, hey, it's the truth, you know. So that's why they get offended. Even Asaph, he said, if I should speak thus against the generation of that people, they're going to be offended because we're bringing out the truth, man. And this world is engulfed in lies, man. You know, that's being bombarded by who? None other than Esau, Edom, man, the so-called white man. You know?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, read that. That was it on that?
That was it.
Okay, go ahead.
Revelation 12:17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of his seed, which keep the commandment of the Most High and have the testimony of Yahushua Mashiach.
That's it. So the remnant of the seed, that's who? That's the elect.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the main issue that they have. Okay, so all the rest of the things they're talking about, that's just a talking point. Okay, which they're going to get those people too, because they're going to go against anyone that's against the NWO being established.
Mm-hmm.
But the main target is the elect. That's the main target. Okay. Okay, so you got something?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, this is the book of Isaiah 29 and verse 20. For the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off, that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Go ahead.
It says here in John 3:20, for everyone that doeth evil hated the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. But he that doeth the truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in the Most High. That's again the reason why they hate. As it says, he that doeth evil. The reason why they hate this truth is because it condemns them for their actions, because they know deep down, and knowingly or unknowingly, they know deep down in the spirit that what they're doing is wrong. Okay, so that's why it's like a mirror that shines on these people and showing unto them their evil ways. Okay, and when you're in darkness, you don't want to be condemned. You don't want to be shown that what you're doing is evil.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why it says that they hide themselves under the covering of Satan. You know, so basically, because Satan allows them to do whatever they want, man. Okay, there's no limitations when you're following after the ways of Esau, Edom, and you could be as wicked as you want. You know, that's why they say America is the land of the free. Okay, because you're free to commit all sorts of abomination. Man. Okay, you see, and that's why they hate the light.
I got some real quick. Okay, this is the book of Isaiah, book of Job, chapter 15 and verse 21. The dreadful sound is in his ears. In prosperity, the destroyer shall come upon him.
Yeah, it's a dreadful sound because again, not only it tells them that what they're doing is wrong, but it also tells them that there's a judgment awaiting their actions. Okay, because they don't want to. If you know you're doing wrong, you don't want to hear that you're going to be judged. You know, that's why when these people they go to court, okay, first off they tell them their deed, what they're sent and what they're accused of, and then at the end they decree their sentence. You know, and sometimes you see the shock on the people's face. Let's say you get a 25 to life, that hurts, man. You know, for your actions. You see, so that's what these people are afraid of. Really, the judgment that comes from their action, because they know that the Lord is a just power, and He will not pervert judgment. So you're gonna get exactly what you deserve. Okay? That's what these people feel.
And just to hone in on Esau too, you know what I'm saying? The fact that we're exposing his plans, you know, and basically telling what he's going to do into the masses,
Yeah.
you know, it's not good for his agenda. You know, so that's why, you know, with that dreadful sound, man, you know, it's like a mosquito that's just constantly around in your ear buzzing me, you know? And Esau can't seem to get rid of us because what? The Lord has not, you know, give the sanction yet for us to basically go into hiding or stop prophesying, man. You know? And it's frustrating, bro. Yo, trust me, Esau's losing sleep. He's throwing tables. You know, at the mere fact he can't get us off the street. And he has men that's you know, trying to fabricate things to come and accuse us and things of that nature. You know, and he's putting certain laws into play, certain legislations to where they're going with gradualism to basically come up against the men of the Lord, man. You know? And hey, we're gonna come into those times, man, where very soon we're gonna be persecuted for, you know, the witness of Yahweh Shai. It's prophesied, you know. Have some?
Good word.
This is Isaiah 32 and verse 7. It says, the instruments also of the sure are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. You know, and the sure is representing E. You know, and here it is, we're speaking right, so he's devising these wicked devices to come up against us. You know, so once again, it's gonna happen, man. Very soon, don't be surprised if you see a picture in CNN. You know, oh, these guys are T-res, things of that nature.
That's right.
Or they're preaching hate speech. You know, Esau's gonna come like that, man.
That's right.
And it won't be a surprise to us because hey, we're girding our minds for these things to happen. You know, that's it.
Good.
Okay, the book of Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice ye heaven, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having a great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time.
Yeah, the devil represents Esau Edom. Okay, coming down with great wrath because he wants to implement his new world order. Okay, he understands that he has a short time. He knows that he also studies, and he has wizards and warlocks on the left hand who are tuned into the spirit. So they tell him that hey, your time is running out. You have to establish your plans now. Okay, that's the times that we're in. You see, so the devil's gonna come down with great wrath. Those are all things that are prophesied. So we can't be surprised when Esau Edom comes down with the hammer. Okay, and he demonizes brothers. He demonizes the Bible. That's the stage that he's in right now, demonizing the Bible, man. Okay, making it seem like it's wicked. Okay, you see.
Yeah, we're gonna go into some of them laws too.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. You got the laws pulled up.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So this is Bill C9 in Canada. It says the Bill C9, the Combating Hate Act. It says here.
This is rough, man. 'Cause we have it's just such a small place. There ain't nowhere to really put them that we can't hear to lock it. Go ahead.
It says the Combating Hate Act is a proposed Canadian law that would amend the criminal code to create new offenses relating to hate crimes, hate symbols, and intimidation. Its key provisions include prohibiting public displays of hate symbols, criminalizing intimidation, and obstruction.
Well, intimidation could be what them Muslims did when they prayed in front of the church, right? Because that's what they were saying. They were saying that was like a provocation, you know? Because why would they do it in front of a church? Which that was all set up. I believe that was all set up, okay, that they were paid to do it right there and then. Because first of all, those were Stinian protesters. Those weren't just some regular Muslims coming from a mosque just to pray. Those were dudes that the flag was in the back, okay? And we know who funds that, all right? You know, Soros and the gang. So ultimately, you know, that's for what? That's for the Esau's agenda. Okay, that's for Esau's agenda. All right, go ahead.
It says hate symbols and intimidation. Its key provisions include prohibiting public displays of hate symbols, criminalizing intimidation, and obstruction aimed at preventing access to protected spaces like places of worship.
Right. That's it. So going doing it in front of churches and things, and it's because when we used to prophesy in front of a church, but it was across the street.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they could deem that as what? As a provocation. Okay? And through the Spirit, that's why that was even brought to question anyway. See, because they're watching the prophets. They're watching the prophets. They're strategizing how to come against the prophets.
Yep.
Okay? You see? So don't think it's by coincidence, man.
No.
All right? In Canada, they're watching the prophets. So the Spirit had us move, into a secluded area, and that's where it is. That's where we at now, because we're at the point now where Esau's getting ready to come down with great wrath. Okay? So we're going to have to, the ministry is going to be done. All right? The ministry is going to be done, and we're going to move to stage 2. Go ahead.
Sorry. It says, and enhancing penalties of hate crimes. The bill also aims to add a statutory definition of hatred to clarify its meaning for the new offenses.
Yeah, it clarifies because it's not clear. There's no clear meaning. Okay? The meaning is so vague. It's such a broad what you say, a broad definition.
Yeah.
Okay? All right? Go ahead.
Okay, so key aspects of Bill C9, intimidation and obstruction offenses. These will make it illegal to intentionally instill fear or physically obstruct a person's lawful.
So what do you mean by instill fear? Okay, so when we speak loud or when we get passionate, is that instilling fear in people? Because the scriptures say, because we know the terror. Well, that's where get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You understand? So that's the point, which Mahai is getting.
I don't know.
Okay. So that's the whole point. So, that's one of the jobs of the prophets. Okay, go ahead.
2 Corinthians 5 and verse 11, it says, knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. But we are made manifest unto the Most High, and I trust also are made manifest in your consciences.
Right. So there is some fear mongering there.
Yeah.
Right. So they can obviously say that, oh, see, they're intimidating, or they're teaching what you call it? They're teaching they're scaring the people.
Yeah.
Right. You understand? So it's easy for Esau to do what he's doing, and that's why he has to now. So it used to be protected by it's in the Bible, but now they're coming and attacking the Bible directly. By saying, well, there is verses in there that are hateful that you shouldn't be allowed to speak. Okay? Because if you're protected by it's in the Bible, you can say anything as long as it's in the Bible. But now they're saying, nope, there's certain things in the Bible that's wicked. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, that's what the Mark Miller said. He said, this is not a display of faith.
That's right. So he's gonna tell the Most High what is right or what's not right.
Yeah.
He's gonna tell the Most High where he went off. See? This is that man of sin. This is that man of sin right here. All right.
I got another one.
Okay, go ahead.
This is Jude 1 and verse 23. It says, and others save with fear, pulling them out of the fire, hating even the garment spotted by the flesh.
There we go. So fear is a part of this thing, man, because you're gonna be saved through the fear of the Lord.
That's right.
What we did it first based upon fear.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the beginning of wisdom, like it says in Proverbs. When fear and then wisdom comes. So, if you don't fear the Lord, then, the Lord cannot deal with you.
Sure.
So, of course, we're going to push forth, the nature of our power and how that you have to fear Him. And if you don't get on His good side, then, judgment's going to come for you, man. And that ultimately, that's what Esau fears, man. Like the brother said earlier, it's the judgment that the Lord's going to bring upon him, man. He wants to close his ears, la, 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 la. There's no judgment. I'm going to continue to do whatever I'm doing, do my wickedness, and it's going to be like that forevermore. But nah, man, the Lord is going to bring judgment, regardless of what you think, man.
Right. And you can see how aggravated Esau gets at the truth when it deals with his history and things like that. These Edomites get very, very aggravated, man. And you can see it, like their spirit kind of changes. They get angry. Like that demon. When a demon gets mad, demon shows a lot of emotion. when it gets mad, right? Like that individual who was speaking about how what we did to the Native Americans was good. What's this guy's name again? I forgot his name in the lesson I did. He's like I can't remember. Matt Walsh. That was his name, Matt Walsh. Okay, what we did was good, and why? Because now he's being called out. The Inquisition is being made, and he's feeling the heat, and he doesn't like it. Okay, he doesn't like it. See, so Esau's getting ready to actually grab him. Okay. Anyways, go ahead, man. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, it says here in Isaiah 58:1, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and shew my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. Okay, so the process of establishing the fear of the Lord is also telling our people where they're going wrong. Okay, see, and even these other nations, we're supposed to tell the people how they're going off, so that for our people that they can correct their ways. You see, and turn back to the Lord to avoid that judgment, and also to implement that fear. Okay, you're going off the path that you're heading towards is death. You see, you're heading towards the path of death. So without telling them, how would they know? You know.
Go ahead.
See? It says how would they hear a prophet except he is sent? You know, but his voice went out throughout the whole world now. So we out there, we're in the highways and byways, telling our people their sins to push forth the fear of the Lord.
Awesome.
Good.
This is Job 24 and verse 13. It says they are of those that rebel against the light. They know not the ways thereof, nor abide in the paths thereof. And Esau is the number one man that rebelled against the light, man. You know, once again, he established his whole culture, his whole rulership based upon lies. You know, and here it is, we're pulling out those lies, man, you know, little by little.
You know, it says he changed the night unto day.
Yeah.
The night is short because of darkness. One to them that call good evil, and evil good. That changed life for darkness and put bitter for sweet. You know, good.
Yeah, and that's what he does, man. You know, and well, what's that in Isaiah? The Lord says he's gonna turn. Surely you're turning of things upside down shall be, you know, cast as a potter's clay, roughly paraphrasing. So the Lord is gonna interrupt Esau and his whole schemes, man. You know, it says he's not gonna get to fulfill his enterprise. So you know, we're nearly there, man. You know.
That's right.
That was one of my precepts.
In the book of Hebrews 4:12, for the word of the Most High is quick and powerful, and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even the dividing asunder of the soul and spirit, and the joints of marrow, and is a discerner of thoughts and items of the heart. Intents of the heart.
Go ahead.
Real quick, this is Isaiah 5 and verse 20. It says, woe unto them that call evil good, and good evil, that put darkness for light, and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet, and sweet for bitter. You know, and that's what, like the brother paraphrased, that's what Esau has done, man. He has called the good evil, and the evil good. The mere fact that, you know, one example we could bring is, you know, the you know, alphabet community. You know what I'm saying? That's promoted as being good, man. You know, and if you speak against it, you bring out scriptures in the Bible that goes against that. Now he's looking to, you know, basically put a punishment for people that's, you know, preaching anything against those people, man. You know, like you mentioned when we were coming here, you said, you know, they know about Leviticus, Deuteronomy, Romans, the first chapter, you know, because they're getting sliced, man. Like the brother just read, the word is slicing them. So now they feel like, shit, we have to put shit into legislation so that these guys, they stop speaking against the, you know, the butterflies, you know? And because, you know, in Esau's New World Order, he wants all of this to be normalized, eh?
Yep.
You know, you man with man, you know, with the, you know what I'm saying, the undeveloped people, children,
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's what he wants to bring forth. So if there's people that's speaking against it, they have to be canceled.
Yep.
You know?
Because at the end of the day, the root of what Esau's bringing is satanic. It's a satanic rulership. It's spiritual too, right? But it's spiritual on the left-hand side. You see, the Aleister Crowley, do what thou wilt.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That's at the forefront of his ideology, right? So, in order for that to be a thing, judgment has to be taken out.
Yep.
Right? One of the things that Aleister Crowley said. Well, one of the things in the that Aleister Crowley said was, "Do what thou wilt." That is the whole law. So they're speaking against the law of the scriptures, right? And their law is to basically just fulfill the lust of the flesh,
Yeah.
the deepest lust of the flesh.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's right.
Which is completely against the Heavenly Father. Okay? Go ahead.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
This is Psalms 94 and 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee,
Mm-hmm.
which frameth mischief by a law?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So they're framing their mischief by laws, you know. They're setting the laws in place to justify their wickedness. Once again, that's just to build up their NWO, man. Once again, whoever is going against the laws that they set up is deemed an offender.
Right.
You know?
And that's their vision that they have for the kingdom to come, a place where everyone's unified under one under one system, and in that system, there's no place for the scriptures or the laws of Yahweh Ba'ashem Nashai because they contradict the ways of Isa Edom.
Right.
You know? So he's demonizing the Bible even to the point that he's gonna attack those that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. You know, because again, those are the main target of Isa Edom. See, because in the system, there's no place for righteousness.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got some?
Oh yeah, Habakkuk 1 and 4. Therefore, the law is slack, and judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked doth compass the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceeded. And like I mentioned, in the kingdom that Isa Edom has in mind, it's only going to be unrighteous judgment that's going to proceed. Okay, because he wants to do away with the words of the Most High.
This is Isaiah 26 and verse 10. It says, "Let favor be showed to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. And the land of uprightness he will deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord."
Yeah, he will not learn righteousness because Isa Edom wasn't created to learn righteousness. He was created to be the adversary. Okay, he was created to it says, he that is accustomed to do evil. Isa Edom was accustomed to do evil.
How can you do good that are accustomed to do evil?
Tawara, yeah. Isa Edom was accustomed to do evil, so how can he do good? It says he went astray as soon as he was born. So as soon as he was in power, or as soon as they come out of the uterus, they're just demons. You know, they're walking devils, man. You know, it's in their DNA to go against the ways of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai.
Right. Like he's gonna create a world that fits his spirit.
Yeah.
Just like, you know, if Ishmael was in power, he would fit a world that fits his spirit. You know what I mean? So this is just how it operates. And the Israelites start with Yahweh Shai, the elect, right? Start with Yahweh Shai is gonna fit a world that fits our spirit, which is the spirit of the Heavenly Father Yahweh. So that's the thing. So the way it is, that's why the scriptures say that as is the king, so is the officers. The way it is, and the way he's trying to bring it is the way he thinks, and make that law.
That's it.
Okay, so that the other ways of thinking, it becomes criminalized. And Esau has always been like that. Okay, you go back to the Greeks. If you couldn't keep your customs. Matter of fact, get me that in Maccabees. All right, get that Mahayab Pusha, because you couldn't keep your custom. He took that out of law. Okay, where you couldn't keep your customs.
And
All
like
right.
you said, you mentioned pertaining to the spirit, that's how he's going to set up his kingdom. It says that Isa Edom is as death. And it says that the thief cometh not but to kill, steal, and destroy. You see? And that's exactly what he's going to establish.
Right.
Death, a system based off death, while it says that Yahushua came to give life more abundantly. You see?
Right.
So that shows you what vibration these two leaders are moving according to.
Right.
You got that?
Go ahead.
This is First Maccabees 1 and verse 21. It says, "Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion, and sacrificed unto idols, and profaned the Sabbath. For the king had sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and to the cities of Judah, that they should follow the strange laws of the land."
Right. So that's according to Esau's way. That's not according to the ways of the Heavenly Father, right? So he said, listen. Matter of fact, not only can you not do your law, it's offensive to me. You know what I'm saying? And so he said, listen, I'm gonna take that completely out of the picture. All right. Go ahead.
It says, verse 45, "And forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings and the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbaths and festival days, and pollute the sanctuary and holy people, set up altars and groves and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts, that they should also leave their children uncircumcised, and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation."
Right. So it's like Esau now, right? Like look at Esau, how he's so what they call xenophobic. If a person comes with another culture and they see it, they just find a reason to complain about it. Oh, they're not assimilating, and it just bothers him. It's not affecting his life, right? But they're not assimilating. They're wearing their turbans and this and well, okay. But how does that affect you? Because you claim that this is a land that you have freedom to do what you want. Why is that bothering you? Right? Because Esau wants people to be how do you say, built up in his image.
Yeah.
Right? Because he believes he's the Most High.
Yeah, this is God complex.
He believes he's the Most High, so he wants people in his image.
Yeah.
And his image is the image of wickedness.
Yeah.
It's the image of wickedness. Okay?
Yeah, that's why he goes in other people's land and forces down
Right,
his
right, right.
ideologies upon
That's
the
right.
people. Yeah.
That's right. Go ahead.
It says, verse 49, "To the end they might forget the law and change the ordinances.
Mm-hmm.
And whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said, he should die."
Right. If you don't do the right, so if you don't do the laws according to the king, you should be put to death, right?
Mm.
So that's what's coming.
Yeah.
That's what's coming. If you don't do according to what Esau Edom says, starting with the international bankers, you should die. Get Revelations 13. Get Revelations 13.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 15. And it reads, "And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed."
Right. If you don't worship that image, if you don't bow down to what the king says, you should be put to death. This is what they're coming with. Okay? So when they come down, before they come down, they need to put everything in law. They need to prescribe everything so it's all set up and they are justified in their own eyes. You see that? Oh well, we have the laws on it. Well, it's in the law. You see? Matter of fact, get Isaiah the 10th chapter, Amos.
He's a hypocrite, because that's when he's saying, "Oh, we have the law." That's a fear tactic too.
Of course.
If you don't do it according to this, then we're gonna, put you to death or put you in prison. That's a fear tactic, man.
Yeah. So of course it's a fear tactic. Of course. Go ahead.
In the book of Isaiah 10 and 1, it reads, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness."
But the thing is, a fear tactic, but it's not empty threats. Esau don't make empty threats like that.
Mm-hmm.
See, Esau say he's gonna kill somebody. He'll kill somebody. Donald Trump spoke about all these drug dealers, in Venezuela, and he just blew up a random boat.
Yeah.
You see?
No proof.
No proof.
I've seen the propane float in the waters.
Hey, so when they come down with them troops, hey, as the slogan goes for the New World Order, expect no mercy. Go ahead.
Going back to Isaiah 10 and 1.
And you got the law pulled up, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
"Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they
Grievousness.
grievousness, okay, which they have prescribed.
Yeah. So look up that word grievousness in the Hebrew. Okay. You got okay. He doesn't have the blue. Get the blue letter out and look up that word grievousness in that scripture. Okay.
You checking?
Nah.
You don't have the internet? Okay, so what the
Exit 10 anyone?
Isaiah 10 and 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know blue letter on your iPad?
No.
Okay.
I don't have an internet.
okay.
Well, you need the Wi-Fi.
But we're sure.
It's the Lord's name.
Okay.
So select those. Go ahead.
So the word grievousness is imal, okay? Imal. It says toil, trouble, labor, trouble, mischief.
Trouble.
Mhm.
Right? So this is trouble. So we're seeing this and we're putting the alarm bells on saying this is trouble coming. Okay? You got these other camps, they don't even speak on these things. You know? They're still stuck on the level of, you know, Jesus is black like you, brother. Why are you with that white woman, brother? You know that's not right. She hates you.
That's right.
You know? All that, they're on that low level. Okay, them guys are lacking oil. Them dudes don't got the oil. And the dude came up to the Dallas camp just yesterday. That dude had no oil at all. When I heard him speak, I said, this guy doesn't even know what planet he's on.
Nah.
Right? That dude just got spinned. I said that dude just got spinned around. You know, he gets spinned like 50 times fast, and then he got pushed into a camp. He doesn't know what the hell is going on, that guy. But that's what I expect from ISUPK. ISUPK is a camp of low IQ people. I can't express it no other way. That's a camp of dummies, just complete dummies, brutes. You see, when they spoke about how the men gathered, men of the baser sort to come up against Paul, those are men of the baser sort, brother. All right, those are not men of man. I'm men of low level, man. Yeah, I'm a real nigga. You know, real nigga university getting pepper sprayed and these guys are not smart, bro.
Real nigga push-ups.
These niggas don't know shit. And we can see that with these other camps, because hey, there was a brother, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the brother was cool, but he didn't know nothing. You know, he was following them other guys, but he didn't know nothing. If he learning from Great Millstone, hopefully he knows things now. But as he was following them Sakari guys, he didn't know nothing. Right? You know? But hopefully he's been watching the videos and learning from us. And learning from the apostles and stuff like that. Because them other camps don't teach their congregation for real.
Right, yeah. GMS, we teach to groom other teachers, in other words.
That's right.
We don't just preach this word and here it is. You listen, you watch, and you just stay there like a flower pot. Nah, man. You're supposed to get this word.
Teach others.
And then eventually, you grow and you become a teacher yourself, man.
That's right.
Yeah, we always, from our elders on down, the apostles, they always say this, man. You've been in the camp if you've been listening for 6 months, for this amount of money, you should be out there, man. Having your own camp or joining your local camp. You know what I'm saying? Because scripture say what? The harvest is plenteous, but the laborers are few.
Right.
So we pray therefore that the Lord brings laborers in. So that's why, whenever we preach this word, we make sure that the people that's listening, that you're coming in this to be a teacher yourself too, man. So you gotta count the cost and all that.
What did the Lord say? Pray that it says pray that there be more laborers.
Right.
The laborers, the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. Pray to the Lord that He brings more laborers. Roughly paraphrasing. It's about pushing this true doctrine. But I got that. I got it.
Go ahead.
2 Timothy 2:2. It says, and the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men who shall be able to teach others also.
Right, yeah, when you commit this unto other faithful men, that's going to be able to teach others, man. Not just give it to them and then the whole post, they start marching down the street, don't even know what they're doing, Someone asks them a question about, the scriptures, they don't know how to answer. Because you know they're just there. They're not you know nothing's being poured into them.
Nothing's
so that they could pour out, man.
Yeah.
You know, they're just assimilating to the leader's spirit. In other words, you know, monkey see, monkey do. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. And they're not even on the level of a monkey. They're on the level of a parrot.
Yeah.
You know, because a monkey, that's another level of growth.
Right.
They're really just on the levels of parrot. You know, just mocking what they hear.
That's it.
You know, because they don't have the understanding. They're not getting no understanding. Okay, you see, they're not getting no understanding from these other camps. And really, the elect is gonna find the true teachers. The elect is gonna look at these other camps. They might jump in their camp for a little second, and they say, "This I just don't feel the spirit here."
Yeah.
And then they're gonna dip, and then they're gonna see the apostle of the great millstone and say, "Yeah, that's it, that's it." Okay,
Sure.
just like we did.
You got some?
Go ahead.
This is John 10 and verse 27. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me.
They follow me, and sheep know the voice of the owners. When you have a sheep, and when you have a flock of sheep, and someone else calls them, they did the experiments on YouTube.
Yeah.
Someone else calls them, they don't listen, they don't hear that shit. They can do the same call, it sound the same to you, but then when they hear the voice of the owner, they say, "Oh no, that's my owner." Nope, and then they just start coming. All right, so the elect is going to hear that, and that's going to resonate. It's always going to bother them. Now I can't stay with this group. And so if you see a guy in them false camps for 10, 15 years, well, he's where he wants to be. You know, like the N-Dub says, "Oh, right where he wants to be." Well, that's what I do, exactly where he wants to be. All right, because he didn't hear the voice of Yahweh Shai, because he's none of his. You know. So ultimately, so we hear the trouble, because that was going into the word grievous, right, which they have prescribed, right? We heard we had the which is trouble. Okay, we seen the trouble, right? Which was the trouble was these different laws that they're passing. Okay, the grievousness, and we're warning the people of the trouble. But the hireling, it doesn't care for the sheep, so he's not going to warn them.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back to you want a precept you want to bring up?
No,
Brother, have something you want to bring up?
there's more
Grievous.
grievous.
Oh, something on the grievous?
The word.
Okay, go ahead.
The word grievousness is in Isaiah 10 and 1. It says here the word aimal. Did I do that?
We're just reading.
Oh, so that.
Okay, but I mean, shoot, I guess Strong's I didn't read the Strong's definition. You can read that.
Okay. It says here mischief, strong definition. It says mischief, misery, travail, trouble, sorrow.
Misery's gonna come behind these laws.
Oh yeah.
See, these stupid Edomites,
Trouble.
you know, these stupid Edomites, they think that it's just gonna affect so-called black and brown people. Now that misery is gonna come and hit you too. Okay? They're just starting they're just using that as a talking point to get you Edomites roused up. Okay? But best believe them laws are gonna be used against you as well. Go ahead.
It says here toil, example, wearing effort, hence worry, whether of body or mind. It says grievous, iniquity, labor, mischief, miserable, misery, pain, perverseness, sorrow, toil, travail, trouble, wearisome, wickedness.
Right, wickedness. You know, but anyways, that was it on that. Let's keep going. Read that Isaiah 10 and 1 again.
Back to Isaiah 10 and 1, it reads, "Woe unto them that decrees unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. And what will ye do in the day of visitation and in the desolation?"
And so their eyes are set upon the vulnerable, so that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the vulnerable.
That's right.
You know.
So I don't know why these Edomites think it's going to be beneficial for them. It's not. Okay, it's all going to be. It's not going to be beneficial for anyone except for the upper elites. That's it. The middle class is being wiped out. And by the way, if you're a millionaire, you're not upper middle class. You know, lower millionaires in them, but an upper middle class person, easily getting wiped out. So people that own little businesses and whatnot, the business is about to be dissolved, man. The only businesses that's about to remain is them super centers, okay, them super stores, Walmarts, Targets, things like that. Okay, yeah, all right. So that's it on that. Okay, go ahead, bro.
It says here in Ecclesiastes 13 and 20, as the proud hate humility, so does the rich abhor the poor.
Right.
So
Right.
again, even if you're an Edomite, these rich elites, they see everyone else as goyim, useless eaters. Yeah, even if you're an Edomite, they still look at you like trash.
Yep.
For real, man.
Yep. Go ahead.
That's it on that.
Okay, go ahead, Maya.
No, I got
No? Okay, go ahead. Zakar, you have something?
Yeah, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 14 and 5 says, "He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods."
Yeah, and Esau, like the brother was saying, Esau is evil to himself, man. The mere fact that he's not even going to share the blessing with the rest of his people, you know, the lower class Edomites, you know, the middle class, you know, your fellow co-worker Edom, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to get to partake in the blessing of the new world order. They're just going to be just in the same level as the rest of these people, man. Heathen and Jacob alike. While the top banking families, they're the one that's going to be reaping from the fruits of the NWO for a short period of time, very short, you know. And Esau, you're gonna see, man. You're gonna see that how these guys are not for your welfare, man. And they're gonna be vexed, and they're gonna start, you know, doing marches and protests, things of that nature. You know, because Job 20 says, you know, how that, you know, every hand of the laborers is gonna come upon him, man. You know, people are complaining about the way of life right now, man.
Oh, yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah, that's a common topic. That's trending right now. You know, people complaining, not enough wages.
Yeah.
You know.
And we love watching.
Yeah.
We love those ones.
That's the trending topic, man.
Yeah.
People's distress.
Well, and other people watch it. The reason it gets so much views is because what? Misery loves company.
Yeah.
Misery loves good.
Right. So if people are going through it, they want to hear other people are going through it too. So they're not alone. You know?
Yeah, they feel comforted in a sense.
Yeah.
You know?
I got some. So back that up.
Yeah.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
Yeah, and that's how we know that the righteous not in authority, man. Because are people rejoicing? A lot, man. They're complaining, man. Although they go out clubbing and they drink, there's still sorrow within that, man. You know, they have to wake up Monday and clock in. You know?
Just to find out they can't even pay their bills
Through.
with their jobs, man.
Through, man. Behind getting a notice of your rent is behind this shit. You know? They're through, bro. And eventually they're gonna realize who's the source of their problems, man. Right now they're already realizing it, man. It's the government. You know? And wait. What's that with the benefits that the government's looking to cut off?
They didn't cut off.
I'm not too sure. I didn't see anything about that yet. I mean, I'm waiting to see what's going on, bro. You know, because Thanksgiving is right around the corner, so you know, very soon you're gonna see, you know, Eve coming to, you know, make a video and stuff,
I'm waiting
painting
for
and
that
shit.
too.
We'll see, man. We'll see what's happening, man. You know, that's part of my job to stay watching and report on the current events.
Yeah. And that just proves that the people's dependence upon Egypt is in vain.
Yeah.
It shows how weak this system is. You know, you're depending on something that is feeble, vain. It's an illusion.
Right.
What's that? Isaiah 36.
Yeah, I'm there.
Oh, you gotta bring it
You
up.
can read.
Isaiah 36 and verse 6.
See if I can get our.
It says, "Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it."
Yeah, and clearly you can see that the system is broken. It's not a stable and hard system because it's not the foundation is not solid. It's not based on the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, but it's based on wickedness. It was built off the blood of the blood of the Israelites. So now you're trusting in this system that's not solid, which you can see the division in the system. The reason there's a shutdown is because there's a division between the left and the right. They can't come to an agreement. And the Lord said, a kingdom that is divided cannot stand. So it's broken. It's meant to be broken, man, and it's gonna break. Okay, and then here it is. You're trusting in that. Okay, well, guess what? It's gonna come into your hand, man, and pierce it. Okay, if you want the system to continue, you're gonna have to take the MOTB, man. Okay, which is that digital device. Okay, that you get ready to make mandatory.
Right. Yeah, the serpent is not going to continue to feed you, to nourish you, without you
That's right.
being fully dedicated to what he has going on.
That's right.
To worship him. Now you got to worship. Now you got to worship the beast.
Yeah.
Okay? So why else would I feed you? Why else would I nourish you? Because according to Esau, this is his earth.
My earth.
Right? Matter of fact, get that. The serpent would be nourished
Okay.
for a time.
Goodbye. You want to get that?
That time is up now.
Just to finish this.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, it says, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. So you trust in Egypt, and the reward that you're gonna get is Egypt betraying you. And we're seeing that the preludes of that being brought forth, man, with this government shutdown and these benefits soon to be cut off. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? But regardless, you know what I'm saying, these people that's trusting in Egypt are people, and the rest of these heathens, they're gonna come to find out, man, hey, Esau is a piece of shit. He doesn't care about you.
Sure.
No, that's it.
Okay, go ahead.
Real quick on that. Proverbs 29 and 25. The fear of man bringeth a snare, but also put his trust in the Lord shall be saved.
That's right. That's right. If you trust in man, you're gonna end up through. Okay, that's what it's gonna be. Okay, and that's what these people trust in. They trust in man. Okay, but those that trust in the Lord, it's gonna be proven that that's gonna be the best option.
That's right.
And then we're coming to that time where the Lord's gonna make it more and more evident. See, while Esau's doing this thing and nourishing people, it's not as evident that the Lord is behind the salvation. Okay, because it's easy to say you got the stores, you got this, you got Uber Eats, you got this and that, you got a job, right? But when all of that is gone, there's only one to be glorified for you being for you in the condition that you're in, and that's your how Shem Shai. If you're sustained, it's through Him, because it's gonna be a miracle. If you're not in that system, if you don't have that MOTB, for you to even survive is gonna be a miracle in itself.
That's right.
So everything that's gonna happen for you to survive is gonna be a miracle.
That's right.
As this system crashes. Okay, go ahead.
Who's me?
Okay, once you got it? No, let's just try to block it up. Try to focus. Go ahead.
Yeah, it says here in Revelation 12 and 14, and to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness unto her place, where she is nourished for a time, and times and a half a time, from the face of the serpent.
Right. That's it. He's nourished for a time and a half a time. It's like 350 years. Okay? But guess what? That time is up now. So now what Esau doing is cutting off these benefits. And he's going to cut off the rest too. It's not just going to be that benefit. It's going to be the rest of the benefits. Okay? It's going to be the rest of the benefits. It's not just going to be that benefit by itself. It's going to be the rest of the benefits. Okay? So we're talking about SNAP, we're talking about EBT, we're talking about, the Section 8, 2026. There's a 2-year limit coming in 2026. And people already been in Section 8 for more than 2 years. And they do that same shit over here, bro. Okay? And their apartments be nice. I've been in them Section 8 houses and them women. Their apartments be nice, man. Be nice spots, Decent little places, man. New complexes and paying for $100. Wow. He's staying there per month. Yeah. One chick shows she paid
$100?
$100.
Yeah.
Bro. One woman shows she pays $74 for rent. So they're not paying rent.
Wow.
They're living rent free.
And no wonder they're proud, you know?
Yeah. That's why they don't need you.
Yeah, that's why they don't need you.
Yeah.
The true husband takes care of them.
Yeah, Esau.
You know, when it comes to survival.
That's a blessing.
Come on, brother. There's no rent. Rent is the biggest expense that people
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
Is rent.
If you pay just $100, the amount of money that you save.
You ain't
go
gonna
out,
see it, man.
You go out, man, pay for your lunch, your dinner, everything.
And yet they still find a way to complain.
Yeah. They're not saving, but they're buying purses and
Yeah.
new nails and new wigs.
Yeah, wigs.
You know?
And Jake is gonna get around the system. Jake is gonna learn how to move around the system and benefit, sell their snap or whatever else they gotta do.
Right.
Okay? Jake gonna learn how to do that. You know? Go ahead.
Child support is another one.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Get beaucoup money off of child support.
Yeah. So they eat it.
Yeah.
It says here in Isaiah 32:9, rise up, you women that are at ease, hear my voice, you careless daughters.
I mean, the children are the biggest money makers.
Yeah.
You know, they got that, they got child tax. You know, they get particular child tax. They get all kind of payments for the children. You know, that's going to be cut off. Okay, so the children are only going to be now a burden because they only had them for the benefits.
Yeah,
Most of them only had them children using the benefits.
For back.
So that benefit's going to be coming. They ain't going to give a shit about the children.
Yeah.
Okay?
Like that demon, I saw a video of that demon. She's like, the best advice I can give you is put your baby daddy on child support. Bragging, having fun, like it was a gift from the Lord. Man.
That's what they do, bro.
You know?
And they'll say things like, I'll never put a man before my children. You know, I always put my children first. Man comes last, and my children is first. Right?
All right.
They get them benefits. But we'll let them benefits go. The man is going to go right to the top of the list of priorities. All right? Which that goes into what Isaiah, the 4th chapter.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
Go ahead.
Okay. In the book of 2nd Esdras 9 and I start at 10. Then they shall be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known.
That's right. That's right. They receive benefits on the side, man. They receive benefits. They're not catching hell like that.
Nah, bro.
Okay? Things happen to them, happen very far in between. Right? The elect be having things back to back to back. You know? A lot of these people can't even go through a lifetime of what some of the elect go through in 3 years, man. You understand? 2 years or 1 year. You know? Why? Because the elect is being judged so that what? They're not judged with the world.
Yeah.
Facts.
See, but now we're in a time where the world
Yeah.
is getting ready to be judged.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yep. It says
That's enough.
it says here in Lamentation 4:3, because the brother mentioned that they're using the children as a money grab. So when they see that they cut off that option, they're going to be evil towards their children. So it says here in Lamentation 4:3, even the sea monsters draw out their breasts to give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people is become cruel, like an ostrich in the wilderness. So so all that love that they have for their children is going to be void, because again they're not going to be useful in bringing in those funds. See?
Good. So we got some.
I'll read. I'll finish Isaiah 32 again.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
It says here Isaiah 32 and 10. Many days and years shall you
We'll
go
start at 9.
Isaiah 32 and 9. Rise up, ye
Matter of
women.
fact, read 2 first.
Isaiah 32 and 2. And the man shall be in hiding place from the wind, and in covered from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land.
That's it. So the man is gonna be like salvation.
Yeah.
That's what he's gonna be like. See, because right now Esau's looked at, the government is looked at as salvation for them. So when they, I can't know how I'm gonna feed my children. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to the office. I'm gonna sign the papers, and he's gonna save me. That's salvation. Okay. I don't know how I'm gonna get enough food to feed the kids. Okay. Well, he's gonna give me the money if I just comply and write, so apply and qualify or whatever. That's salvation, and they know that's there. So when that's wiped away, that's no longer salvation. So now, they're going to need that man of the Lord to what? To protect them in the times of trouble and uncertainty, who's going to be like a rock, and that's going to be salvation.
Yeah.
So, hey, the women, they submit to the power. They submit to those who have the power and the authority, right? Because they're not out of order when it comes to going to work. They're perfect in order. They speak polite. They smile. Cheek to cheek, the makeup is on, right?
Wake up early
the end up, she puts on a different voice.
What?
I remember my mom used to hate that shit. My mom put on that fake voice. You don't act like that with me, cussing me out, Nigga, I told you,
Right.
when they're home, but then when they, oh yes, well, obviously, that's a fact. I'm like, wait a minute, what's this?
Who is this?
Sometimes you gotta check downstairs to see who's speaking. Somebody in the house, But it's really just the fact that they know how to be in order and submissive when it comes to E. To the one in power. So that's why the scriptures say what? In the day of thy power, thy people shall be willing. That's the fact. They're going to be willing in the day of the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, which he's going to show. Okay?
That's right.
Okay? Go ahead.
Yeah, it reads here in verse 5, the vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the churl say to be bountiful. For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error.
They're speaking villainy and they're practicing hypocrisy. That's what they're doing. They're speaking villainy and they're practicing hypocrisy. That's exactly what they're doing. Okay? Go ahead.
Yeah, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail.
Yeah.
Okay, so even the fact that, again, the Lord's going to make the righteous man as the gold of Ophir. These women are going to be able to see that that man is protected throughout, even though Edom is coming down with great wrath. You see, so they will want to attach themselves to that man.
That's right. Because Esau, he's he doesn't have any need for them. They don't. The thing now, and it's ultimately the transition of the system. So he has to make this thing fall so that he can transition the system. There has to be new rules. Again, they're gonna fall it so they can see how much you need that. So you can see how much you need that. You depend on that. They say, okay, you want that back? Yeah. No problem. Just comply to what the hell I got going on.
Wow.
Yeah.
You see? Because when you get something that you had, C-19 showed you how much they were trying to see if I don't know if he wants to use the bathroom. The C-19 showed you how much these people care about But anyways, right? The C-19, right, is showing you that how much they missed that normalcy and what they were willing to do to get it back. You see that test? That was a test run.
Yeah.
The C-19 was a test run. Okay? So they were begging for anything to get that normalcy.
Yeah.
Right? Go ahead.
Yeah, and it reads, the instrument also of the churl are evil. He devises wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speak it right. And verse 9, rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless woman, for the vintage shall fail, and the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, and careless ones strip you and make you bare and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats and for the pleasant fields.
Yeah, so
For the
don't
fruitful
tap
vine.
it. Don't tap it. Don't agitate it. Cause don't put your hand there. Don't put your hand there. Just don't agitate it. Okay, I don't want him to see if he can calm down. Go ahead.
Yeah, so they shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, and the fruitful vine.
Right. That's it. So they're gonna lament for what used to be.
Yeah.
The same way that they were lamenting for eat the leeks and the onions in Egypt.
Yeah.
You know? The same way. Okay, go ahead.
That's it on that.
Okay.
Yeah, even what you call I think the word sackcloth, it goes into a servant's towel,
Apostle
servant's
Ram.
apron. You know, the Apostle Ramla recently brought it out. So, you know, they're gonna revert back to being servants.
That's right.
You know, as they're supposed to be. You know, a servant unto their man.
Like,
You know what I'm saying? Everything's gonna go right side up, man.
That's
You know, when it's survival of the fittest, that's when women they always go back to their nature, man.
Yeah, the
You
end
know?
of feminism.
Huh?
It's gonna be the end of feminism.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, I'm strong and independent. No, they're gonna be looking for a man, bro. You know, to provide for them. The mass majority of them, they're not gonna be chosen by the men of the Lord. You know, they're gonna fail, man. You're not qualified. You know.
No, but that's a fact. There's gonna be a lot of that going on, man. You know, it's gonna be very strict. And we're gonna have that cold look in our eyes, man. Which we have that cold look in our eyes now. A lot of us have that cold look in our eyes now.
Yeah.
We're gonna have that real cold look in our eyes when that time comes, man. Because we're gonna remember the pride that you had,
Yeah.
right? That pride that you had, the arrogancy that you showed. We're gonna remember that, okay? And you gotta understand that. You know, the men of the Lord, the reason that they have such a problem with this scenario, because we know the purpose of women.
Yeah.
You know? So we see them outside of their purpose. It irritates us. It vexes us.
And this is the book of Micah 7 and verse 10. It says, "Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, Where is the Lord thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets."
And that's it. So she's going to be stomped out. Okay? She's going to be brought very, very low.
Yep.
Okay? They'll be brought low. And this is the beginning. Hey, I believe 2026, man, and which is proven to be 2026 is going to be hot and heavy for you women. Okay? And don't think, I want to say something out there too, you women in Canada, don't think it's not coming here. It's coming here too. The same shit that's going on in Babylon when it comes to cutting off those subsidies and those benefits, it's going to come to Canada, it's going to come to the UK. This is a worldwide siege that's going on.
That's right.
Don't you get it mistaken. Oh, that's only America. No. The American woman going to get it terrible.
Terrible.
But y'all are going to get it terrible too.
God.
All right? The same, it's all they're super proud out here too. What do you think, man? There's nothing but pure evil going on out here too. So it's time for them to get it as well. Yahweh Shem Shai is going to have that happen to all you so-called first world beast, you know, countries, you know, especially the ones with Jake in it, you know. Go ahead.
And there's more women than men, so you can only imagine how much of these women are going to suffer, man. Especially those that did men of the Lord wrong, you know, stole their kids away from them, things of that nature, you know. Like I said, you know, she that is my enemy, that said, where's the Lord thy power? Those that have that attitude, yeah, I'm saying they're going to suffer, you know, and you're going to get to see them in that suffering stage, man.
Yeah.
You know, which, that skit that dude did, Drewski, I was going in the comic board and there was one black creature. She put a comment of how that this is what I'm gonna show my kids when they ask why don't I see why don't we see dad, you know. Basically she's saying she didn't like what the dude was doing, that's why she left. In other words, that's what she's saying, you know. And a lot of brothers, they suffer that, man.
Yeah.
You know, your woman finds out what you're doing and all of a sudden she dips, takes the kids. You're paying child support now, so judgment is coming for them, man.
Yeah.
You know.
For preaching the truth, you mean?
Yeah, she was like, oh, that basically she's gonna show the kids the video. Oh, that's what he's doing. That's why you don't have to see him anymore. You know.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
We'll see.
hey, he who laughs last laughs hardest.
That's right. That's right.
You know, and I'm not even mad at the Drewski thing. I'm not even mad at the Drewski thing. You know, that wasn't even. I was just trying to see if it was funny, and it wasn't funny.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't funny, man. It was corny. And Drewski's good at them skits, so that was corny.
It was cool.
You know, Spirit had it, where that was whack.
Right.
Yeah.
But guess what? When Mike Epps did it, that was actually kind of funny. Mike Epps, that shit, I'd be cracking up, man. All right. But guess what? Even his friend got judged for that shit. I might find that a bit funny, but the Most High ain't laughing with you. Most High ain't laughing with you.
All right. It's not mine. That's it, bro.
That's right. And it's really, and the reason why this one is like, okay, you look at it, but you're like, there's kind of truth to it too, because them camps are bugged out.
Yeah.
Them camps, the way they go about it is not right. See, when they do these, they really ain't. It's not GMS they're mocking.
Yeah.
For the it's really these other camps because of their approach. That's it. You walk with a white woman. You do it. You know that's who the fuck? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? See, and that leaves a bad taste for everyone when it comes to the ministry.
Mm-hmm.
They can't say that about Green Millstone. They could talk. The only thing they could come with was the doctrine, but guess what? It's right there in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
So they're condemning themselves. It's right there in the Bible. Oh, and you teach that the marriageable age is 12, 13. What does the Bible say? What does the Bible say about when a woman is past the flower of her age? And what is the flower of her age? You know? Now there's nothing to say. Right? So we're dealing with the truth. These other camps are doing a lot of gimmicks, a lot of marching around, a lot of bullshit. Right? A lot of bullshit, a lot of gimmicks, a lot of walking around. Okay? Go ahead.
It says here, 2 Corinthians 6:3, giving no offense in anything, that the ministry be not blown.
That's right. So you don't want to give an offense in anything. All right. You don't want to do things that's not going to be he's all right now, but you don't want to be offensive to the world. Okay. In the sense of you're doing shit that's not scriptural. You know, you're out there marching,
Right.
you're blocking up the road for what? What was that? Where did the Lord? Did the Lord take the disciples and say, "Come, let's march up and down Jerusalem"? Left, right. The Son of Man, came to, make a stand. The kingdom of heaven is in the It's gonna be in the Holy Land. 1, 2, 3. He wasn't doing none of that bullshit.
It's not edifying.
It's nonsense. It's gimmicks. That's why when it speaks about he had no communists that they would desire him. Communists is dealing with them attractions.
Mm-hmm.
The beautiful garments, the gimmicks, speaking, soft words. Now he just came raw, rough, and rugged. If they didn't like it, that's their problem. Okay? Go ahead.
That's it on that.
All right. What you got, Listen?
There's a scripture I'm looking for. It says that everything be done unto edification. I'm roughly paraphrasing it because that's what it's supposed to be, man. Like the brother was saying, marching and, I'm saying, with the microphone and all that, saying who's Christ. How is that edifying, How is that, building up our people? It's only gimmicks, like the brother was saying, man. What you're supposed to do is preach this word so life may enter into our people, man.
Sure.
Really we'll focus on the elect, but that's how it's supposed to be, man. Everything unto edification, and abstaining from any image of evil, man. Where you could put the ministry to be blamed and, they're aggressive, they block up the roads. How is that edifying? How is that putting a good image, onto this thing of ours, man?
Right. Which we know we're going to be demonized anyway.
Yeah.
But the thing is that they're doing things that are superfluous, things that are not scriptural. It's not, It's one thing if you're out there prophesying the word and you may be yelling, or you may be speaking about things that are not good to the. We're rebuking them.
Yeah, right.
But ultimately, you're not doing it the way that the scriptures say to do it. Okay, and that's the point. All right. So anyway, so the Lord is gonna have it where He's gonna show and prove who's really with Him. And let me get a 2 Ezra 16. Mark 2 Ezra to 16 chapter.
I got something real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Romans 14 and 19. Let us therefore follow after the things which make for peace, and things wherewith one may edify another.
That's right. Like the brother said, that it's not edifying, right? He said that it's not edifying. How you get built up seeing somebody march up and down the street?
This was a great lesson.
Yeah, you're not learning nothing. Go ahead.
This is Matthew 12 and 18. I'll read it in NLT. It says, "Look at my servant whom I have chosen. He is my beloved who pleases me. I will put my spirit upon him, and he will proclaim justice to the nations. He will not fight or shout or raise his voice in public." It's referring to Yahweh Shai.
Read that again.
This is Matthew 12 and verse 18. "Look at my servant whom I have chosen. He is my beloved who pleases me. I will put my spirit upon him, and he will proclaim justice to the nations. He will not fight or shout or raise his voice in public."
If they're no team.
Let me read. Let me hear the KJV.
Okay, KJV, I'll start at verse 17. "That it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet, saying, Behold, my servant whom I have chosen, my beloved, in whom my soul is well pleased. I will put my spirit upon him, and he shall shew judgment to the Gentiles. He shall not strive nor cry, neither shall any man hear his voice in the streets."
Well, Yahushua wasn't begging for attention. He wasn't begging for attention. That means that he spoke with a soft voice. He wasn't begging for attention. Go ahead.
It says here in 2 Ezra.
He said the scripture said he made himself of no reputation. Right? It spoke about how the wicked scribes and Pharisees, they would blow a trumpet in the street to be. They're blowing a trumpet in the street before they make the prayer. Why are they doing that? For attention. To show, oh look, I'm righteous. Okay? And that's what the IUIC is doing when they're marching up and down the street. They're blowing that trumpet to say, look what we're doing. See, we're bringing the community together. When we do it, we want to get in and get out. We want to prophesy the word, and if it's a secluded place or outside, go in and go out. Our job is, our mindset is not to say, oh, look how righteous we are, and just look at us. No, we're here to fish for the elect. And if we have a conversation with somebody, we're not having a conversation and speaking extra loud so everyone could try to gather themselves. No, we're going to have that with that individual. See, they have the microphones, and they want everyone to hear the conversation so that they could come and listen. This is not for everybody, right? So Yahushua, he wasn't trying to draw attention to himself, right? He was just doing the will of the Heavenly Father, and automatically the attention came, right? It said, if I be lifted up, all men shall be what?
Shall draw all men unto me.
That's right. So it said we don't have to try. They're gonna come. They're gonna come because the word is being preached. Go ahead, bro. There's more than that. Who's reading?
Verse 20, "A bruised reed shall he not break, and smoking flag shall he not quench, till he send forth judgment unto victory, and in his name shall the Gentiles trust." Okay, Matthew 12 and 20, "A bruised reed shall he not break, and smoking flag shall he not quench, till he send forth judgment unto victory, and in his name shall the Gentiles trust."
Salaki, brothers, this already, you put my mouth on this. I don't know, brothers. You might have to go grab some water, but go ahead. If brothers need water? Yeah, Mahaya look like he need water. Go to the mosque. Go to the corner store right around the corner and grab some water for the brother.
You want in 2 Ezra 16?
Yeah, bring that up.
from like
Let's start from 68.
okay. This is 2nd Ezra 16 and verse 68. It says,
Bread on you?
"For behold,
Yeah.
the burning wrath of a great
Grab
multitude
a big thing of water.
is kindled
Like yours?
over you,
Like the
and they shall take away
The bottles?
certain of
yeah,
you
bottles, small bottles.
and feed you,
Okay.
being idle with
Right around the
things
corner.
offered unto idols."
Yeah.
Yeah. 2nd Ezra 16 and verse 68. It says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you."
Yeah, that's speaking of these armies, you know, and those troops, okay, which are they're coming at the orders of the elites. Okay, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, it says, "And they shall feed certain of you, being idle with things offered unto idols."
Right, so some people are going to be in concentration camps, you know, some of the elect are going to be in concentration camps, and, you know, those that fear, basically those that don't, you know, abide to the system, you know, going to be put into concentration camps and forced to be eat abominable things, you know, okay, you know.
Well, not necessarily abominable, but like they're gonna eat whatever they have offered. The elected, they're there. The Lord's gonna have it where we're able to eat. You know, what we, you know, that's things that are lawful, right? We're not gonna eat no abomination. So
It says, read that again.
Yeah, 2nd Ezra 16 and verse 68. "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you, and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols."
yeah, whatever food they have there doesn't mean it's unlawful. You know, eat something with idols or whatever. But it doesn't mean it's unlawful. It just means that it's, you know, you have to eat whatever the fuck he gives you. You know, the men of the Lord ain't gonna have the only thing they can eat is a pork sandwich. The Lord's gonna have the spirit where it's gonna be something. There's gonna be lawful things for the men of the Lord to eat. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 69. And
Yeah, that's okay. Because even in a situation where I believe it was Daniel, he refused the king's meat,
Mm-hmm.
but he also had, he was given the option to eat the pulse of the fruits.
Yep. Right. Go ahead.
verse 69, "And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision."
And that didn't necessarily mean the food was all unlawful either. It just meant that if, you know he had a lot of fried foods and stuff, and you know Daniel was on a particular diet, you know, and he didn't want to defile himself by going and eating that stuff that's less healthy. Go ahead.
Yeah, it says, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach, and trodden under foot. For there shall be in every place in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord.
Right. So spoiling. That's right. That's it. So the main target is going to be the elect, right? So he's gonna spoil those that fear the Lord. Okay. Go ahead.
It says, "For they shall waste and take away their goods, and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire."
That's right. Go ahead.
Yeah, so that's when the men of the Lord are going to be known, man. You know what I'm saying? The mere fact that, Esau's going to be coming after us. And not only that, also what we've been saying is going to be coming to pass. Like scripture say, the Lord's going to confirm the words of his prophets. You know what I'm saying? And when those things come to pass, then shall they know that a prophet have been in the midst of them, man. And the mere fact that the Lord's going to deal with the elect, with us being fed, taken care of, the miracles that he's going to do to basically protect us from the forces of evil, man. From Esau coming down with his troops, man. People are going to see that, man. They're going to see how we're untouched. There's a hedge,
Yep. It's gonna be clear.
That's it.
Keep going.
Keep going? Okay. It says, verse 74, "Hear, O my...
It's the comfort.
Yeah, it says, 'Hear, O my beloved, said the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same.
Mm-hmm.
Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, is your guide.'"
That's right. So you're not supposed to be building up in doubt. You're supposed to be building up in faith and belief in that time. All right. So the elect, man, their faith is gonna be tested. All right, and then just like our faith is being tested constantly through situations, right? The more situations you've been through, the more your faith has been tested, and the more you're ready for what's to come. Either way it goes, the elect is going to make it out. The elect is going to have what they need, the faith they need, in order to make it out.
That's right. The Lord's going to send a divine intervention in that time.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Well, it says, Daniel 12 says, at that time shall Michael stand up.
Mm-hmm.
The children of thy people.
Mm-hmm.
So like you said, you said earlier, the fact that you eat in that time, it has to be a miracle.
Right.
Well, that's divine intervention from Yahweh Shem Shai. So to glorify him.
It says, verse 76, and the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Lord power, let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves.
Yeah. So you're not supposed to, ultimately he's gonna guide us in that time. All right, he's gonna guide us in where we need to go. The same way he guided us when we were prophesying there across from the church. Okay, and we left a week before they started to come with the newscasters and all that. It's gonna be the same way that the Lord is gonna guide us in these times, and even more miraculous. See, you got to look at that as a miracle and the guidance of Yahweh Shem Shai. You can't look at that as my guidance or, you look at it as he used me to say, let's do this and that. But ultimately, it's Yahweh Shem Shai that told me to do such and such. Because the way that happened was all through the Spirit. It was all through the Spirit, man. Right. As soon as we left that place, then all of a sudden the newscasters started to come there and basically demonize those Christians.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, verse 77, woe be unto them that are bound with their iniquities and covered with their iniquities, like as a field is covered over with bushes, and the path thereof covered with thorns, that no man may travel through.
Right.
It is left undressed, and it is cast into the fire to be consumed therewith.
That's it. Read that one more time.
Okay, verse 77. Woe be unto them that are bound with their sins and covered with their iniquities.
And that's the people of this world. They're covered with their sins and bound with their iniquity because they don't have Yahweh Shai. Okay, they don't have Yahweh Shai. All right, Yahweh Shai is dealing with the men that did His will. Okay, and they're going to be covered by the blood. Go ahead.
And they trust in this wicked system.
Yeah.
Just that Isaiah 30 says they add sin unto sin.
That's right.
Because they trust in Egypt.
That's right. Men of the Lord trust in Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
And covered with their iniquities, like as a field is covered over with bushes.
Hey, you have to believe on His name to be delivered. Includes you sisters that believe too. All right. You have to believe on His name. All right. That's who's covered by the blood. All right. Go ahead.
It says covered over with bushes, and the path thereof covered with thorns, that no man may travel through. It is left undressed, and is cast into the fire to be consumed therewith.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it.
Okay. You got something, Scar? Okay. What you got about? Okay. So.
Should I get Daniel 12?
Okay, go ahead.
It's the book of Daniel, chapter 12, and verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up.
If I go to the second of the 16 and 30. Go ahead.
And at that time shall Michael stand up,
30.
the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So everyone that's written in the book of life, they're going to be delivered, man. Okay? And the ones that are not written in the book of life, they're going to be destroyed. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Simple as that, man. And the ones that believe it, and the ones that have the faith in that time, like, oh, the scripture says, shall he find faith? So y'all try looking for who's going to have faith.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So the ones that have the faith in Yahweh Shai, namely Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai in that time, they got to be of the elect. Because by that time, hey, these people are going to lose faith, man. These Christians, these Israelites that are faking the funk, these halfway, what they call them, halfway crooks back in the day, all of that's going to be exposed. Fake brethren, going through the motions or whatever, or just don't really fully believe. That's what's going to be tested, bro. And the ones that have that faith at the end, that has to be the elect. Because we're coming to a time of no hope for the world. You know? There's going to be so much things that's going to transpire. It says what? Through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom of heaven. So if all those things are going to have to transpire, there's going to be people that's going to break. They're just going to break. You know? They're going to break. You see? Go ahead. There's more on that?
I got some.
Go ahead.
This is Luke 18.
Let me see what his word be. Stubble. Word be stubble, wood, whatever. Go ahead.
This is Luke 18 and verse 7. And shall not the Most High avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear along with them? You see?
Yeah. He's elect that cry day and night unto him.
That's it.
That's who he's going to avenge.
Yeah.
And why are they crying unto him? Because that's who they trust in.
Yeah.
You're not going to cry on somebody you don't trust in. Who are they going to be? Who's Jake going to be calling on? Where FEMA at? Where FEMA at? When the Hurricane Katrina was coming, where FEMA at, man? Where FEMA at? That's what they were asking for, FEMA. And FEMA put their ass in a dome, and a lot of them were dying in that dome. Okay? A lot of them were dying. All right? Go ahead.
It says, I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth?
You only got two of them?
You don't flip over.
There's a card. Did you want some?
Yeah.
See?
Two.
Huh?
Two.
Yeah, but he wants one too.
Yep, two. One.
Oh, okay.
Thought you
You
were
didn't want it?
No, I mean I got one. I got one.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
Water, brother.
Yeah. That was a gift of a buck.
So the Lord is going to look for those that have faith, man. And those that have faith, they're going to cry Yahweh Shemel Shah in the fire, man.
The what?
That's what the tribulation is going to be like unto, man. Just straight fire, man. You
That's
know?
right. That's right.
And there's going to be some that don't, they don't call upon the name. That means, hey, call upon the gods that you seek, man.
That's right.
See if they can deliver you.
Yeah. Go call upon Nut. See what Nut can do for you, man. Call upon Nut. Subset fruit. There's one called Subset fruit. Go call on Subset fruit. Yeah. Go call on what's that other guy named Raw? All right. Anubis. Yeah, Bathamentos.
Yeah.
Where they at? They lost their face so quick. Huh? Yeah, the super big,
Medallion.
the super big medallion, man.
But last time I see them, they say that now they do work here
In the heavens.
in the heavens.
What? You
And
guys see?
they come back.
They go on Saturday. They come back on a Sunday. Oh my
They come
gosh.
back here and help.
Yeah. And they're gonna give all kind of followers. They're gonna have a huge following. Oh my goodness. These guys, Jake is simple, man.
Yeah, I'll prophesy in the heavens.
Yeah,
What to say to that, bro?
To the angels.
that's crazy, man. Go ahead, brother. Who's reading?
That was it on.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I got what you asked for.
Go ahead.
This is 1 Corinthians 3 and verse.
So they don't need faith. They can literally go, when something happens, they just go straight to Yahweh Shai and speak to him. Go ahead.
First.
Oh, you remember the one guy, he said, You have to pull the house shine.
Yeah, you have to pull it down.
Huh? Like he's gonna reach there and grab the house shine by his ankle.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, I don't want to go. Like, yeah, pull him down. This is madness, man. These people are mad people, man. They're crazy people, man. They need to be locked up somewhere with the room, the padded room.
Hold him down.
Huh?
That's crazy.
Go ahead, man. They're like clowns, man. Go ahead, bro.
1 Corinthians 3.
And then those Boston demons. Oh, what do you guys see? People like that, they're so convicted, and what they seem convicted, right?
Yeah.
And that, they're gonna lose. All of those guys are gonna lose faith. That demon. First of all, the demons are gonna flee.
That's right. That's
The
right.
demons that's fucking them up, they're gonna lose all that faith that they have in their madness, and they're gonna be in despair. That's it.
Despair.
That's it. Because the only ones that's gonna have faith at the end of the day is going to be the elect. Yeah, these Christians, they talk a big game, like they all just this faith and they're the warriors of Christ. When that, even them guys there that be out there preaching and prophesying, there's gonna come a time they're going to forsake Jesus.
Yeah.
You see? There's always the Lord knows how to break a motherfucker down.
That's right.
So think about the Yahweh Shem Shai. He knows how to break people down. Okay? Like a good fighter, he'll break a person down. You know? You don't have to go for the knockout every time. For the knockout, you can make mistakes, keep going for the knockout. Break him down. Body shot. Body shot. Pop. Up top. Fake up top, body shot. Up top, body, fake body shot, up top, uppercut. Break him down. And then you hit the spot, looks sore. Keep hitting that spot.
Sure.
Break him down. And then when you break him down, the leg kicks are good to break someone down. The leg kicks fuck people up, right? And then you just go for the kill. You see? Because ultimately, you need to they're not gonna have that faith in that time.
That's why the Lord is sending those polycrises.
That's right.
And it says that Jacob's trouble is going to be like the day of the Lord is going to be like as if you run from a lion, you meet a bear, you escape the bear, you get bit by a serpent. So those are those situations that hell after hell after hell.
That's right.
It's the way to break down these people's confidence.
Yeah.
And their trust in whatever they have trusted.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much people that have stories of, I used to believe in the Lord, and when this happened, my brother died, and I said, fuck it, why would he do that? There's all kinds of stories like that.
Yeah.
How many lost their faith because of the rapture didn't happen?
Yeah. They said they were going to look into the Quran.
Yeah. We sold all their stuff. Some guy, what is it?
That's conviction.
Yeah. He sold his car. Now the guy said his boss told him, okay, you sold your car. It's okay. I have overtime for you.
But that's conviction, right? To sell your car and all these different things, you have to be convicted.
Yeah.
Like really believe
That's gonna happen.
to some extent what you believe in, right?
I'm gonna meet the Lord Jesus.
The Lord is going to break all that down.
Yeah.
Oh, well, did not he break down the prophets of Baal with Elijah?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, give me that when they were cutting themselves. They were convicted. Hey, all them other gods are going to be confounded before Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All of them other gods are going to be confounded and put to shame. And their prophets and priests.
Yeah, son.
Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 10 and verse 11. Thus shall you say unto them, the gods that have not made the heavens and the earth, even they shall perish from the earth and from under these heavens.
That's right. That's right. But first, the Lord has to prove them to be false. You see? He's going to prove them to be false. All these ideologies, all these strange women out there in this earth. Well, some of these people believe in themselves. We're going to see.
Yeah.
We're going to see how much you can deliver yourself. Okay? I'm a God, brother.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay. All right. That's it on that?
Yep.
Go ahead.
1 King 18 and 25. And Elijah said unto the prophets of
Well, see,
Baal,
they are God, but they're putting it in their mindset is they're the most high.
Yeah.
They control their outcomes.
Yeah. We put our faith in Yahweh. We acknowledge that there's a power over us.
That's
the
right.
Father and His Son Yahweh Shai.
Right.
That's the difference, you know.
Right.
And it says, "You're gods, but we shall die like men." We know that we're susceptible to death. You know.
That's right.
When you say you're a god, and when they say, basically saying they call themselves immortals, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, man.
What is about?
Yeah, it says here in 1 Kings 18 and 25, and Elijah said unto the prophets of Baal, choose you one bullock for yourselves and dress it first, for ye are many, and call upon the name of your gods, and put no fire under it. And they took the bullock which was given them, and they dressed it, and called it the name of Baal. It's like and called on the name of Baal from the morning even until noon, saying, O Baal, hear us. But there was no voice, nor any that answered. And they leaped upon the altar which was made. And it came to pass at noon that Elijah mocked them, and said, Cry aloud, for he is a god. Either he is talking, or he is pursuing, or he is in a journey, or peradventure he sleepeth, and must be awakened. And they cried aloud, and cut themselves after their manners, with knives and lancets, till the blood gushed out upon them. And it came to pass, when midday was past, they prophesied until the time of the offering of the evening sacrifice, that there was neither voice, nor any that answered, nor any that regarded.
Right. Keep going.
Yep. And Elijah said unto the people, Come near unto me. And all the people came near unto him, and he repaired the altar of the Lord that was broken down. And Elijah took the 12 stones, according to the number of the tribes of the sons of Jacob, unto whom the word of the Lord came, saying, Israel shall be thy name. And with the stones he built an altar in the name of the Lord, and made a trench about the altar, as great as would contain 2 measures of seed. And he put the wood in order, and cut the bullock in pieces, and laid him on the wood, and said, Fill 4 barrels with water, and pour it on the burnt sacrifice and on the wood. And he said, Do it the second time, and they did it the second time. And he said, Do it the third time, and they did it the third time. And the water ran about the altar, and he filled the trenches also with water. And it came to pass that at the time of the offering of the evening sacrifice, that Elijah the prophet came near and said, Lord, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, let it be known this day that thou art the Most High, the power in Israel, and that I am thy servant, and that I have done all these things at thy word. Hear me, O Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, hear me, that this people may know that thou art the Lord power, and that thou hast turned their back, that thou hast turned their heart back again. And then the fire of the Lord fell and consumed the burnt offering, and the wood, and the stone, and the dust, and licked up the water that was in the trench.
That's right. So the Heavenly Father showed who the true power was. This is exactly what He's going to do now.
Yep.
Show who the true power is of the planet Earth.
That's right.
Okay, and all these other guys are going to be confounded, right?
And by doing so, the people will acknowledge the power of the Lord. As it says, the last verse, it says here, and the people, and all the people saw it and fell on their faces, and they said, The Lord, He is the Most High. The Lord, He is the Most High.
Yahweh.
Oh, yes, the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, He is the Lord. He is the power. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, He is the power.
Mm-hmm.
They shall
You got something?
Right, well, yeah. Isaiah 2 and let me start at 17.
Yeah.
And the loftiness of man shall be bowed down,
Sure.
and the haughtiness of man shall be made low, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day,
Sure.
and the idol he shall utterly abolish.
That's right. He's going to abolish all these idols. Okay? And He's going to prove that He is the power, and then He's going to do it through His men. You know, His men are going to be out there, you know, in the midst of this thing, just along with everyone else. Okay? But the results are going to be different. That's the only thing. Okay? These men are going to be going through it the same way, but the results that they're going to get are going to be different. You see how we were cursed in this world. You know, things didn't go the way that the men of the world wanted, and this and that. Everything went downhill, and so on and so forth. Nothing could get popped. Nothing could get popped off. You know, it was just hard. It's hard to do shit. You know, and but in that time, it's gonna be like the men of the Lord is like, you know, they're being blessed compared to the rest of the people. Get me Isaiah 65. You know, so we just got to be patient, really, because as this world falls, we rise. You know. I know we want some form of comfort in this place, and you know, from the tribulation and shit. But the comfort ultimately, hey, when that time comes, we're gonna be the elect is gonna be comforted. Okay, give me Isaiah 65.
Okay. Isaiah 65 and verse 11. It says, "But ye are they that forsake the Lord, that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that troop."
Yeah, that Esau Edom. You know, they're working with Esau, right?
"And that furnish the drink offering unto that number. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not."
Yeah, matter of fact, read that in the NLT. Number 11, read that from the NLT or the GNT if you got it.
You got the NLT here?
Hold on.
This is a blue letter?
I was waiting for the KJV.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
Alright, this is the book of Isaiah 65 and verse 11. And NLT reads, "But because the rest of you have forsaken the Lord and have forgotten his temple, and because you have prepared feasts to honor the God of faith and have offered mixed wine to the God of destiny, now I will destine you for the sword. All of you will bow down before the executioner. For when I called, you did not answer. When I spoke, you did not listen. You deliberately sinned before my very eyes and chose to do what you know I despise."
That's it. That's it. You chose to do that which I despise. Okay, we'll go read that one more time.
Okay, so just that precept?
Yeah.
Verse 12, now I will destine you for the sword. All of you will bow down.
Well, go up one verse.
Okay, verse 11.
Yeah.
But because the rest of you have forsaken the Lord and have forsaken his temple, and because you have prepared feasts to honor the God.
Hey, and if you guess what? If you are not prophesying the word and you know the truth and you're not prophesying the word, guess what? You're forsaking the temple. Okay, which is the Israelites and the elect. Okay, you're neglecting it. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, you have to put some sort of you have to put works. Faith without works is dead, man.
Which that's why what prophet was that? Prophet is it Nahum? I don't know which prophet. There's a prophet that was rebuking them, Zerubbabel and them, because they weren't building. Or you sit in your sealed houses. Well, this house.
Haggai?
It might be Haggai.
Oh, yeah.
Might be Haggai. Right? While you sit in your sealed houses, or this house lay waste. Hey, that's likened unto those that are not putting in any work for this ministry. You know? Because putting in the work may not even necessarily mean you're a prophet, because everyone's not a prophet.
That's right.
We always talk about people doing a prophesy. Everyone is not a prophet, but if you're not a prophet, what are you? You're just a mannequin? No, you can't just be. Well, there's other things even outside of help, but you're a mannequin. You're just there to sit down and watch. Nah, you gotta do things, man.
Yeah.
You gotta do things that build up the ministry, right? So everyone has to make sacrifices.
It says what Mary Magdalene, when she oiled the
pull out the alabaster box, the oil.
Yeah. It said that was a good work. You see, that was work.
That was
a great.
expensive, brother. That wasn't no cheap thing, brother. That's thousands and thousands of dollars. That was expensive oil. That was, you know, oil was expensive back then. 'Cause you know the process of making even olive oil is very tedious, especially when you're doing it the ancient way, the old way. Oil was very expensive. It's still expensive. You know?
Yeah.
But back then it was, come on, man, and it was pure. It was not like this oil. It was pure.
Yeah. That's why it's cheap.
It's-
The real one, the real olive oil is expensive.
Right. Yeah, it was little bottles, $30.
Yeah, exactly.
But that was some high level oil that she put upon it. You know, and she had it in that particular box because it was what it was like it was like a treasure almost.
Yeah.
She poured all of that on the album shot. That's a sacrifice.
Yeah.
That's a sacrifice, man. So everyone has to make sacrifices. Go ahead and make your point, brother Salaki. Go
No,
ahead.
it's okay. But so basically, even though she's a woman, she that she's according to the law, she's not supposed to prophesy, but she still did a work.
Yeah,
She still did something that contributed to the ministry.
that's right.
Yeah.
The righteous women, they did things. They were good, washing the disciples' feet. They made garments. They did different things.
Yeah.
Did a lot of things.
Food. We're just looking pretty on the background.
No,
It says even pertaining to the virtuous woman, she goes out and
yeah,
does things for
That's right.
for the house, for the prophet, her husband.
that's right.
See, so
She
everyone
was
has
no
to put their
lazy
hands
ass
Yeah.
woman with no benefits.
up. Waiting for Chelsea.
No, you know, and I'm not getting on the sisters that leave. You know, some of them are real sisters. You know, some people just leave emojis, butterfly, this, that, and then never sent nothing, no tides on nothing.
Yeah.
You know, brother can't even get a clemas.
Nothing.
You know, she grew up in a Levite household. You know, and we can't get clemas.
Crazy.
Huh? You know how to make clemas from time you're small, but you can't deliver yourself to the prophets. I got some box of clemas for you. That's a blessing. Brothers will put a blessing on you.
Oh,
Yeah.
We get clemas.
It'll be
Shit.
Tell me, brother, they gonna throw
come
in a
on,
blessing.
bro.
If it tastes good too,
Wow.
may her household be saved. You know. Go ahead.
We should be joined to it, bro.
Right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, so reading on.
You want me to go back to the KJV?
No. We don't need to go back. Keep going.
So we'll jump in.
Keep going.
It says here, Matthew 10 and 42, and whosoever shall give drink unto one of these little ones
That's right.
a cup of cold water,
Right,
only in the name of a disciple, verily I say unto you, he shall in no wise lose his reward.
That's right. Okay, so you give a cold drink of water to a disciple, all right? You're not gonna lose your reward, man. Okay, a cold drink of water, man.
That's right.
All right. And the Spirit had it where the apostles were speaking about that, right? And
Yeah.
and the Dallas camp, and a man came with some water.
Yeah.
So that was the Holy Spirit showing that, yeah, that's true. You know, and it doesn't mean just so they can get off my back, I'm gonna go buy a pack of Esco water.
This guy's sincere.
You know, it's not about just have to be sincere. You gotta. It's more than that. In other words, do what you can.
Yeah.
Do what you can. This doesn't mean you give up. You know, you go, okay, I'm doing what I do in the world. I'm just being me. And then let's say I don't know, 21 Savage, one of them rappers, Future. You know what? I'm gonna buy some water for these dudes. Like all my two packs of water. You know, and then they come by and give him water. That don't mean he's gonna be on a chariot.
No.
You gotta really be about it, man. And you gotta really dedicate yourself to the ministry in some way.
Yeah.
To the helping of the brethren,
Yeah.
to the easing of, because it said that Phoebe, when he was praising Phoebe, get me that when Paul was praising Phoebe. Phoebe is Phebe, I think. But check in Google. Google's easier.
I got something too.
But the point is, he was speaking about all the things that she did. She made the prophet's life easier by her actions. See? Go ahead. It was like she was doing the duties of a wife to the prophets, but she wasn't the wife of the prophet. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah,
What?
it says here in Romans 16 and 1, it says here, I commend unto you Phoebe, our sister, which is a servant of the church, which is in Caesarea, and that ye,
Caesarea.
God, that ye receive her in the Lord as becoming saints, and as ye assist her in whatsoever business she had need of you, for she had been a succour of many, and of myself.
Succor is what? The security.
Yeah, yep.
Meaning help with money, help with different things, you know?
Yeah.
You know, it's like brother's getting to the jam, you know, she's saying, no, I got something that'll help you.
Right.
Hey man, that's a true sister. Just because she says shalom on the common board, a lot of these women say shalom on the common board, and then you find out that bitch is talking shit.
No.
Yeah.
And shall the Lord hates.
Right. Go ahead.
Yep, and it says here, for she
Some
had
of
been a
them are
succor of many,
You know.
for she had been a succor of many, and
Many. And they say she was a secure one. They say she gave one cup, and went to the well and took one cup and gave it to somebody. Oh, you a prophet, right? Here, take this. God bless it. And then you never seen her again.
Yeah.
And she was known amongst the
But
congregation.
she was known, man. She had a reputation of helping. Go ahead.
Yep. And it says here, great Priscilla and Aquila, my helpers in Hamashiach, Yahushai, who have for my life.
Well, that's what's a wife? A wife is supposed to be a helper. Go ahead.
Yep. Who have for my life laid down their own necks, unto whom not only I give thanks, but also
They
all the
laid
church.
down their own necks. It ain't no. It's not no. He's not talking about no light bullshit. He's talking about they really put in work to be justified of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
Right? Go ahead.
Yep. It says, for who have for my life laid down their own.
And I gotta
necks.
do a lesson on this specifically, because a lot of people, and I already did lessons on this, that they're just there. You know, people you see on the comment, they're just there. They don't really do nothing for them. I'll send a $20 here and there. But they're not prophesying. Look at all the shit the elect is going through, and we don't know. Look at the shit the prophet's going through, and we still don't know if we're gonna make it.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah, it says here, who for my life laid down their own necks, unto whom not only I give thanks, but also all the churches of the Gentiles. Likewise greet the church that is in their houses. Salute my well-beloved Epianatus, who is the first fruit of Achias unto Hamashiach. Greet Mary, who bestowed much labor on us.
Matter of fact, read all that in the NLT, please.
Romans 16.
Romans 16.
You can start at 1 if you want.
Romans 16 and 1. It says, I commend to you our sister Phoebe, who is a deacon in the church in Chantria.
A deacon.
It's a deacon, which is a servant of the church.
Okay.
Okay.
It doesn't say high position.
No, I mean,
I must wasn't happy.
servant of the church, you know.
That's all that is. That's all that is.
Yeah.
It's extrapolation.
Yeah.
The word extrapolation means to basically use common sense.
Yeah.
Okay? And what it's speaking about. Go ahead.
It says, welcome her in the Lord as one who is worthy of honor among the Most High's people.
That's right.
Help her in
Because you got one women that are worthy of honor. Does that mean they're worthy of honor over men? No. That means amongst women.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Then this, Mary. We said,
Oh yeah,
blessed are you,
blessed
blessed are you among women. She's of the elect.
Yep. That's right. Go ahead.
It says, help her in whatever she needs, for she has been helpful to many and especially to me. Give my greetings to Priscilla and Aquila, my co-workers in the ministry of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. And in fact, they once risked their lives for me.
Oh wow. See that? You see that? You see that? So that's the faith they had, and how much they put their life on for the truth. These are women now. These are women. Okay? So how much are you women that's on that level? You know?
There are a couple of
And
percent.
how much of you men are on that level? Some of you men ain't even willing to prophesy. We see you on the comment board.
So her husband and wife.
Shalom, and there's 0 videos. So what the hell are you doing? You know? And then even when the apostle, you know, he was going through that thing with the doctor or whatever, but they didn't want to give him the loan. But I didn't see none of you characters on the comment board talking about, let me help you. You know? You guys been listening and feeding yourself without fear. None of y'all said, let me help you. You know? Go ahead.
It says, in fact, they once risked their lives for me. I am thankful to them, and so are all the Gentile churches. Also, give my greetings to the church that meets in their home. Greet my dear friend Epinetus, who was the first person from the province of Asia to become a follower of Mashiach. Give my greetings to Mary, who has worked so hard for your benefit. Greet Andronicus, and Juniah, my fellow Jews, who were in prison with me. They are highly respected among the apostles and became followers of Mashiach before I did.
There we go. There we go. You know, so there's people that are reverence in this ministry for what? For actually doing things. They weren't prophets,
Wow.
but they actually put in work.
That's right. There's a long list, bro.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother. Bro, let's go read a little bit more.
Okay,
They're worthy of honor.
We're giving them honor. That's
They're
right.
worthy-
That's
they're
right.
worthy
That's
to be
right. That's
read.
right. That's
Go
right.
ahead.
That's right. Verse 8. Greet Ampliatus, my dear friend in the Lord. Hey, they're most likely back in the reincarnation, you know. Well, you know, most definitely. It says, greet Urbanus, our co-worker in the Mashiach, and my dear friend Stachys. Greet Apelles.
Oh, they came back.
They came back. Yeah.
Oh, they came back.
Now, you know.
They could be in them. They could be because they're so serious about this truth that they could be in the camp, but not necessarily be a prophet. You understand what I'm saying? There's brothers like that who get in the camps, but they're not really prophets. But you know, they kind of understand the scriptures. You know, in certain, you know, they believe, and they have other benefits outside of being a prophet. You understand what I'm saying to you? Because everyone is not a prophet. Everyone has their own proper gift.
Yep.
But it's the point the elect all have a focus on the ministry.
That's right. And it's in the Corinthians, the Lord talks about the different members of the body.
Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, you can get that. Spot, get that. Go ahead.
It also says the ones that I'm gonna roughly paraphrase it. The one that is, you know, say we could say the least, we should give more honor. You know. The brothers gonna give it. Okay, so it says, greet Herodian, my fellow Jew. Greet the Lord's people from the household of excuse me, I skipped time. It says, greet Apelles, a good man, whom Hamashiach approves, and give my greetings to the believers from the household of Aristobulus. And you want to charge it?
What is that, 20%?
I think so.
No, Go ahead.
Okay, it says here, greet Apelles, a good man whom Hamashiach approves, and give my greetings to the believers from the household of Aristobulus. Greet Herodian, my fellow Jew. Greet the Lord's people from the household of Narcissus. Greet my greetings to Tryphena and Tryphosa, the Lord's workers, and to dear Persis, who has worked so hard for the Lord, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. Greet Rufus, whom the Lord picked out to be his very own, and also his dear mother, who has been a mother to me. Give my greetings to Asyncritus, Phlegon, Hermes, Patrobas, Hermas.
And notice they all have Greek names.
Yeah.
So these were all, so-called Gentiles,
yeah.
Israelites.
Israelites, yeah.
Coming into the faith. But you see, their faith was strong.
That's right.
Belief was strong. So they're justified.
That's right.
So it's not about you being perfect in the law and this and that and circumcision and all that and you keeping the law perfect. It's about your belief in Yahweh Shai. That's what justifies you. Go ahead.
Yep. It says, and the brothers and sisters who meet with them. Give my greetings to Philologus, Julia, Nerus and his sister, and to Olympus and all the believers who meet with them. Greet each other with an holy kiss. You know, it says Christian love, but it says greet each other with a holy kiss. All the churches of Mashiach send you their greetings.
Yeah, we could just say from Mashiachim love. You know, Mashiachim love, because you know. Yeah, because agape is an important word. You know, that's like that's a selfless type. That's like a real love. You know, the definition of agape. But anyways, the what do you got, bro?
I still didn't finish that Isaiah 65.
Okay, you're in
It was holding
NLT.
something, no?
Yeah, but it's about
Oh, you were reading something, right?
he's holding some.
Corinthians, I think.
But
Yeah.
you didn't read it.
Fun? 12, no?
Yeah.
12 or 13.
12.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so it says here in 1 Corinthians 12 and 12, for as the body is one and it had many members,
Mm-hmm.
and all the members of that one body, being many, are one body.
Start at 8.
It says here in 1 Corinthians 8, 12 and 8, for to one is given the spirit of the word of wisdom.
By the Spirit.
Also, for to one is given by the Spirit the word of wisdom, to another the word of knowledge by the same Spirit, to another faith by the same Spirit, to another the gift of healing by the same Spirit, to another the working of miracles, to another prophecy, to another discerning of spirits.
Oh, they got miracles, you got prophecy, you got discerning of spirits.
Discerning of spirits, yeah.
See, go ahead.
To another diverse kind of tongues, and to another the interpretation of tongues.
Or see some of these things. A lot of these things the prophets will have as well.
Yeah.
You know, that's like some things that come with the being a prophet too. Being discerning of spirits. That's gonna be some regular dude. You gotta have high level wisdom to be able to, you know. You gotta be a spiritual man to be able to discern these things. You know? Go ahead. There's certain things that don't require you to be on such a high level spiritually to be of those particular offices. Like the apostles, those are also prophets. You know? Go ahead.
Yeah, it says, but all these work it that one and the same self same spirit, dividing to every man severally as he wills. For as the body is one and had many members, and all members of that one body, being many, are one body, so also is Hamashiach.
That's it. That's it. All right. So the members being many are one body. So there's different offices, man, of that body, right? Like I said, a lot of those offices encompass also prophets, but there's certain like charity, things like that, you know, that don't require you, don't necessarily make you have to be on a high level as a prophet.
22.
Because a prophet is the highest level.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Prophet is the highest level. That's the most high. The prophet is over the king. The most high is dealing with the prophets. Okay? Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is dealing with the prophets.
Yeah.
Okay? Through Yahweh Shai, right? Because we can't forget Yahweh Shai. This time we have to through Yahweh Shai. Can't forget that, right? So, anyways, you want to say something?
There's 2 Yahweh Shai, we have the prophecies. So
Right.
You open the seals,
Sorry.
you know.
Sorry.
So, yeah, complete. Yes, 7 horns and 7 eyes. Yeah, complete vision, complete power.
Because you have the 144,000, right? Those are the only ones who can know the new song.
That's right.
It said only
Yep.
the 144,000. And those are not the only ones that are of the elect.
No, it's a great multitude.
It's a great multitude.
Yeah.
You know? So you got the elect, right? And then within the elect, you have the 144,000. So you have brothers that are of the elect, but are not of that 144,000. See? So that's the only ones who will know the new song. So you have some brothers, you know, that may not fully get certain things and this and that, but they believe. You know, we can't even get really mad at them because they got the level what the Lord gave to them. As long as they believe on Yahweh Shai.
That's heavy.
You know?
Well, the Lord give the increase. You can't
Those
force
to
them to
the
do it.
increase, yeah. But as long as they have the faith.
As long as they have
That's
the
heavy.
faith.
That's heavy.
Yeah, there was the precept that says, one with little understanding but have faith is better than one that has understanding but breaketh the commandments.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's right, brother. That's right. So it's important to know that you have the it's important to have the understanding, okay? But you know, it's important mainly for the 144,000 to have the full understanding, the full grips to be. In other words, someone comes up, they know how to defend it.
Yeah.
They know where to go. They know all the lyrics. You see? Doesn't mean they know every name of everyone in the Chronicles.
Right.
It means they understand the full doctrine. There's certain people who listen to the Great Millstone that went up to go to these different camps. They got confounded. But they still believe in Great Millstone, but they're just not on that level to go up to nobody. You see what I'm saying? The true order is going to be set in the kingdom. Okay? Because there is brothers in the camps that are not prophets. So the true order of what level brothers supposed to be is going to be in the kingdom. It's not really for now. Now we have an order on the earth. But the Yahweh Shai is going to set everything all right. And it's going to make perfect sense for each spirit
Yeah. Or,
to be in their role. You know?
That's right.
You got something high?
can I allow me to just say something?
You want to say? Oh yeah, say what you want to say.
Yeah, because the Lord said, He said the members according to basically His will.
That's right.
You know, and you know, because you mentioned that. That's why another thing is our apostles. They always say, yeah, we believe there's these elective amongst these other camps.
Yeah.
You know,
Maybe
maybe
that,
yeah, maybe they're not the 144,000.
Right.
They could be of that elect.
That's right.
You know, and eventually they're gonna come into the fold of Yahweh.
Good point. Good point. Good point.
That's right. That's right.
Good point. Right. They may not know. 'Cause sometimes you kind of think, these motherfuckers, how they fucking don't get it by now, right? But we know that there's elect of them, right? But you get frustrated with them, you know?
Yeah.
Because like, how you being fooled by this nonsense, right? But hey, they may have to see certain things to be like, nah, this guy ain't got it, you know? And then they may not fully understand the doctrine, but they believe on Yahweh Shai. It's not our program.
It's not our program.
It's not our program. Yahweh Shai does it how he wants to do it,
That's right.
you know?
That's right.
That was it on that.
Listen on that?
You got 22?
No, Salake. Says here, verse 22. Okay, it says here, nay, much more those members of the body which seem to be more feeble or necessary,
You gotta start.
and those members of the body which we think to be less honorable, upon these.
Well, just like the brother was saying, which is a fact, it's not our program. So you can't just look at a person in the body and his task is he's on a low level and he hasn't been given a heavy portion of prophecy or whatever gift. You can't look at him like he's unnecessary. It's according to Yahweh Shai's will, and he's going to execute his duty, what he was set out to do, according to the will of Yahweh Shai. Do that again.
Yeah.
Nay, verse 22, nay, much more those members of the body which seem to be more feeble or necessary, and those members of the body which we think to be
Yo, caution quick. Go ahead.
for our commonly part have no need, but the Most High had tempered the body
If he's at the door, go get him.
together, having given more abundant honor to that part which lacketh.
Yeah, so we have to honor those that seem, more feeble. Okay, they have, a lesser portion. We have to bestow upon them more honor.
Yeah, it's balance.
It's a balance.
It's balance too, right? because you have people that are security cats. You get the term security cat. But anyways, because hey, you know, the person he may be low in confidence. Like, oh, what's my role? You know, then you kind of build them up too, right? Hey, brother, you know, you did a great work by doing this and that. You know, you're doing a lot of work. You know, you're important to the body. Even them brothers that share them their lessons, not them lessons, them videos. They got them little short. That's a major help to the body, man. That's a major help. I don't got the spirit to do that. Like I tried to do it. I said, you know what, I'm not. You know, I just fell off.
Yeah.
You tried that too?
Yeah, I tried that too.
I fell off.
So many videos sometimes.
Yeah.
Like,
A lot of videos.
So,
yeah.
but that's their lot. Some people, they're diligent with it and they find them great videos. You know. So it's like you can't necessarily be out going on the highways and the byways, nigga. You know, you get mad at him and rebuke him, right? You get mad at him, you're rebuking him and whatnot. But guess what? That's his lot.
That's right.
That's his lot. He may not be a prophet, you know, or he might be. But the bottom line is he's actually benefiting the ministry.
That's
by
right.
doing that,
That's right.
by putting in that labor.
He's necessary for the function, the proper function of the body.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
It's necessary for just like what it goes into how if you want the body to work perfectly and in sync, you know, all members need to work correctly, man.
Yeah.
You know, if your toe is hurting, you know, that's gonna affect your ankle or something. You know, everything is connected,
Right.
Some way, somehow.
Well, you see, look, my finger. See, when this thing happened when I got burnt up, you brothers know I got burnt up, right? And ultimately, it burned the nerves on my skin. The nerves were all melted away, everything, right? So what my finger has been hurting. The middle is starting to come back, like the pain is starting to release a little bit, because now the nerves, for some reason, the nerves is connected from the forearm to the finger. You understand what I'm saying? So now that the nerves are starting to develop, right? Now my finger is starting to feel a little bit better because it's all connected. It's all connected. It's not as numb, you know what I mean? Because now the blood can kind of, you know, so there's reasons, but I'm not going to go into the intricacy, but I just know that it's connected because of that. You understand what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. So you take out a certain part of the body, it's going to affect other parts of the body, which in turn is going to affect another part of the body. This truth is an ecosystem.
Yes.
It's an ecosystem. Everything in the ecosystem is important. That's why the Lord said when He made the earth, He said, "Tawab."
Tawab.
It is good. It is one of the word definitions for good is beneficial, agreeable. Agreeable, meaning they work together. There's another scripture which says that the things which He created, none does not hinder another. So they all work in tandem.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
The water doesn't hinder the earth, and the earth doesn't hinder the water from flowing, right? It just creates a balance. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is how this is how the body is. Okay, this is how the body is. So them things that seem less value, you don't want them to fall off because their faith is weak. Because what am I bringing? No. You're very important, brother. Okay, and we just gave an example. All right, go ahead. But everybody's not a prophet. You got something else?
No, that's it on that.
Okay, you got something like that?
Yeah, this is Isaiah 9 and verse 6. It says, "For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder. His name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty Power, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end, upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom, to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth even forever."
To order it. Everything's going to be in order. Right? The government is going to be in order. Perfect order. Rank and file. And there is levels. There is levels, man. Go ahead.
It says, "From henceforth even forever, the zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this."
That's right. That's right. All right. Go ahead, bro. Because hey, you reason why the earth is all out of course is because things are not where it's supposed to be.
That's it. Yeah.
So when you put things where it's supposed to be, that's when things really get to flow. You don't have a fucking center playing point guard.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have a center playing point guard. You don't got a goddamn a guard playing center.
Yeah.
And you try to get rebounds. And obviously, you guys are gonna lose. The dude, the center, don't have enough handles. He's the ball keep getting stripped, and then that nigga can't get no rebounds. People lose games because they can't get rebounds.
Yeah.
Right? So everything has to be in the proper order for things to flow the way it's supposed to flow. Alright?
Unless your name is Wendell.
It's Wemby. Even him, no, everybody needs help. Even him. It's Wemby. It's Wemby.
Yeah.
But even
Yeah,
him.
but that is
The highlights first, that demon.
but the point is still made, you know?
Yeah, that's
The
right.
point is still made. You see, the thing is, today now they're building everyone to be shooters and pretty much damn near point guards, but you know, mainly shooters. But whatever, his handles ain't all that great.
No.
His handles ain't great.
I told us the
Okay.
Spurs,
Yeah,
Huh?
they did
the center in Spurs.
I know.
the what?
No,
The
the
French-
sticky.
No,
Oh, yeah,
French
yeah.
is alright. I know.
Oh.
It's the French guy.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, the team, the unity of the team is gonna win.
Yeah.
It's not
That's right.
One player.
That's right, brother. It's not one player. It's never one player. It's the team. It's the team.
Right. And Yahusha is the coach. You know.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. What you got? What you got, bro?
I'm reading.
Okay. Go ahead. You
That was
reading?
that was in the back.
There's a bit more on 1 Corinthians 12. I'll jump to verse 27.
Mm-hmm.
Now ye are the body of Hamashiach, and members in particular. And the Most High had set some in the church, first apostles, secondary prophets, thirdly teachers, after that miracles, then gifts of healing, helps, governments, diversity of tongues. Are all prophets? So like are all apostles? Are all prophets? Are all teachers? Are all workers of miracles? Have all the gifts of healing?
The answer is no. The answer is no, because everybody has their portion.
Yep.
Everybody has their gifts.
Yes. Different spirits, different individuals might have more than one gift. But
Yes.
at the end, we're all working together. Not one person can do everything.
That's right.
Yeah.
It wasn't given to one man.
Yeah.
Nothing was given to one man. You know.
Damn.
Even Elder High Priest Ariel, all the things that he came up with, it was revealed to him from the Lord. He didn't get everything because the apostles, right? The apostle and the other apostles as well had to break down correct certain things.
Yeah, Cornelius.
Yeah, they had to correct certain things. So that shows you it's not given to one man. Imagine how proud a person would be. You got everything came to him. You know what I'm saying?
I mean him.
All the revelations.
And that's why there was a thorn on Paul.
Shemai. I don't need to hear
Oh,
Can't you see the Spirit is talking to me? Look at my fingers shaking. The Spirit is talking to me, man. Silence. You know, everyone.
Oh
shit.
All you hear is the drop from the sink.
Even the catch him eyes, brother.
Yeah. Good, man. Good, brother. It's a lot.
Yeah, even Paul received a thorn on the side, because, so he wouldn't get puffed up because of all the revelations that he obtained.
That's right. Yeah, that was to keep him humble because he got a lot, man.
Yeah.
He got a lot, bro. He had more understanding than all of the 12.
Yeah.
Okay? So, but guess what? That's why the thorn came in his side so he didn't get too proud. He understood that. You know? Certain things, hey, man, you get certain knowledge, it's like, yo,
Knowledge perfect.
you know, the knowledge puffeth up. Right? Is it on that?
Second. Have all the gift of healing, do all speak with tongues, do all interpret.
Yeah. Well, just look at Sakari to see knowledge puffeth up.
Oh,
Them dudes, they do a lot of studying and this and that, but they don't have the Holy Spirit. Right? But all of that knowledge, they're super proud. Okay?
As it says, ever learning but never coming to the
Right.
knowledge of the truth.
Right. They really don't got it. They don't got it. They don't got the full understanding. They know how to study history and words, but that doesn't make you understand the scriptures. Because it's a spiritual book. There's certain things that's beyond studying the words.
Yeah.
That's beyond studying the history. That literally has to come from the heavens.
Right. Yeah, that's why Apostle Paul, he said that, I'm gonna know by the power of your speech, not your speech, but the power. You know what I'm saying? The force that it's coming with. You know?
Yeah. I'm about to close up anyway. Oh, we're at 144. We're at 144 time. We're at 144. As soon as that happened, 1444.
Message.
Yeah, that's it. Message.
You're not trying to plug it?
Huh? We can plug it. We can plug it. We can plug. But hey, we're gonna close up soon. So I thought that we had time, but your thing is because it's on live stream, so it's going kind of quick. So yeah, let's plug it.
C'est l'autre. C'est pas un iPhone. C'est ton phone?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's sit on that.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Read. You got something. Go ahead, bro.
Ecclesiastes 4 and verse 9, it says, 2 are better than one, because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall,
That's why it says the Lord sent them 2 by 2.
yeah,
Not to say that brothers that they're in a situation that they have to go prophesy by themselves, they're in the wrong. There's power in numbers as well. So where you slack, the brother can help you out.
Right.
That's right.
Unity. 2 is unity.
Yeah, I've been out there by myself. It's very fucking difficult. Okay, it's very difficult. It's very inconvenient. Okay, remember this one time I had to take a piss and had to pack up shit quick. Camera down there dropping on the floor, because I had to take a piss. But if you had a brother there, say, okay, just watch it, I'm coming back.
So
Someone come up, you by yourself. Not even someone to have your back, or a couple people come up, you're on a solo dolo. Or the signs get, the wind blows, the signs fly, you're in the middle of the spirit, and the sign is down the street. So you got to stop, get out of the spirit to go run and get the sign. It's inconvenient.
Excuse me.
So the Lord sent up 2 by 2, because then you have
flow.
you're able to flow. You're able to flow. You're able to, because you can't flow by yourself.
Yeah.
It's hard to flow by yourself. That's it on that.
A bit more, verse 10. For if they fall,
And then sometimes you gas out. Your spirit, kind of dies down a bit. You know what? The spirit jump on the other brother more, and then he could speak. Go ahead.
For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is alone
Right.
when he falleth, for he hath not another to help him up.
That's right.
Again, if 2 lie together, then they have heat. But how can one be warm alone? And if one prevail against him, 2 shall withstand him. And a threefold cord is not quickly broken.
That's right. That's right. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, real quick. This is 1 Corinthians. Oh, can you read that last one again?
The last part?
Yeah.
It says, verse 12, and if one prevail against him, 2 shall withstand him. And a threefold cord is not quickly broken.
Threefold cord is not quickly broken, so it's, when it's joined, it's solid. Okay, so 1 Corinthians 14 and verse 29. Let the prophet speak. Let the prophet speak 2 or 3, and let the other judge. If anything be revealed to another that sitteth by, let the first hold his peace. For ye may all prophesy one by one, that all may learn, and all may be comforted.
Right.
NLT?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, NLT. Let 2 or 3 people prophesy, and let the others evaluate what is said. But if someone is prophesying and another, sometimes you slip of the tongue, and you may not notice it in the brother's tongue, you made a mistake, brother,
Right, true.
It says verse 30, but if someone is prophesying and another person receives a revelation from the Lord, the one who is speaking must stop. The prophecy, It's pretty plain. You know,
Mm-hmm.
breaking it down, and Yahweh Shemashah sends the spirit upon the brother. Off of what you just said,
Right.
Land back, piggyback.
you know, verse 31. In this way, all who prophesy will have a turn to speak one after the other, so that everyone will learn and be encouraged.
Right. So let's get the last scriptures. Got something? Got something, Shaquat?
I don't know.
No? All right, so we're going to close up with that. Lord, one is edifying to the elect. We're going to give all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ba'akodash. The blind to the apostles and elders of great millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to you, Akim, out there pushing this word out, truth and sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom. Enjoy.